Hey, welcome in, everybody.
There we
Hey,
go.
hey! Look at us, bunch of sexy motherfuckers.
Problem solvers extraordinaire. Um, we are gonna be without Mr. John for the first part of this. He had an emergency come up. He's got to go take care of that. But we are going to keep going, and he will show up when he gets back. Let's see. It is recording, and the VODs are turned on.
Okay.
So if it does mute the VOD for some reason, I also have the recording. So doubly good to go. Okay. It has been a little bit. Which feels like even longer because last week was super long.
Oh
We
God.
had a wedding that we prepared for all week, went to the wedding. The wedding was great. Now we're back and I'm sick. So um
Of
uh
course.
hang in there with me a little bit. My voices are going to be even more garbage than normal, and
Voices aren't
I
garbage.
hope hopefully you guys can understand me the whole time. I'm much better than I was yesterday, but last night we had a makeup session for another campaign, and like there was just times where like you just couldn't understand what I was saying. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, we're back, and I am excited to get into tonight's session. Announcement wise, for the first time in a while, pretty sure we're gonna be live 2 weeks in a row. Nothing next Monday, right?
Not that I can think of.
Hey, let's go. So barring any unforeseen circumstances, we will be live again next Monday. So 2 weeks in a row. That'll be awesome. This episode, as always, will be up Friday. Yeah, other than that, keep an eye on the TikTok, the Tales from Hylem TikTok for any other updates throughout the week. I thought I was gonna sneeze. And other than that, I am ready to get into tonight's episode if everybody else is. Previously on Tales from Hylem.
Do you want to talk about it?
What I want right now is mostly just not to be alone.
I got all kinds of snacks in my pocket. I'll just sit down on this little chair right here. You just don't even worry about it.
Have you had her cooking?
Yes, yeah.
Do you want a job?
Um, uh,
3 silver a night.
3. Okay, hear me out. Keep the money. Feed me.
Deal. There's a reason that nothing's been done about it
yet. We need people like you. Captain Morrison, you seem to have a pretty strong moral fiber. And I don't think that you can sit by idly as this happens. This is going to happen one way or the other. What side are you going to be on?
Takar, this is Cecil Everett.
We found scraps of Ursender uniforms in the campsite that they massacred. So what you're telling me is that you want me to help you beat the crap out of the people that took my people.
Bottom line, yeah.
Where's the dotted line?
After a wild first night back in Ursender, our adventurers went about their own various ways to make themselves comfortable and get what rest they could. Rest, however, was not so easy to come by for all. Kenninver's night was plagued with nightmares, leaving her extremely tired and causing her to sleep for the better part of the day before getting up to go greet those that she cared for. Luna, having witnessed the struggle Kenninver had sleeping, decided it would be best for her to stay close. In doing so, she ended up with a job cooking at the Dimming Coals Tavern, where she would receive food as payment for her work. Meanwhile, Takar and Valandir spent most of their day either in a meeting or waiting for one to happen. While waiting for their meeting with Arthur, they ran into Captain Morrison, and after a very tense conversation with Captain Morrison, he offered that he may have a friend who could help them. After meeting with Sir Arthur Embermain, they then later that day, Takar met with Cecil Everroon, and Cecil agreed to look further into the raid on the Stormraven clan, claiming to have no knowledge of the event. Takar, in return, agreed to keep putting the pressure on the Tri-Harbor thugs. While this was taking place, Toki, after finding the signature red-dyed feather that meant a meeting with Captain Morrison, went about making sure everything was in place and running smoothly at his cobbler's store. He then prepared his things for the meeting that night and set out for the back alley of the Dimming Coals Tavern. That night, while Luna did an outstanding job in the kitchen and Kenninver sat down for a meal with her family, Captain Morrison, Takar, Valandir, and Toki met in the back alley of the Dimming Coals Tavern to discuss a potential partnership. After all sides had spoken, it was agreed that it was in all of their best interests to work together, at least for now. When the day was all said and done, you all made your way to your various beds for the night. Some of you with pockets full of hard-earned tips, others with hearts full of family and friends, and some with their minds full of questions and duties to carry out. So, I don't know if anyone needs it, but if you need to, you can go ahead and mark down that you got a long rest, so any hit points that you lost, any spells you used, anything like that, you get back.
Do I need to roll another con save? Or...
Yes, you do.
Fuck me. All right.
You actually need to roll 2 of them, and the second one with advantage, if you would, please.
Okay. Well, I like advantage more than disadvantage. Okay, the first one, there's nothing helping me with anything. That's
No.
a 9, then.
9, okay.
And with advantage...
Okay. Good to know. But yeah, the sun rises the next morning. All of you awake in your various beds. Valandir in the room that Arthur has you put up in the Dimming Coals Tavern, and I believe Luna, you were staying at Kenninver's again the previous night.
Yes.
Perfect. And then obviously
I
Kenninver
think
and Toki.
I think this time though I would have slept outside. It feels more at home.
Okay.
So I'm watching over the house still.
Sure.
Like a gargoyle.
In that case then, Luna, as
Yes.
you wake up the next morning, kind of start going about your stretches in the top of the nearest tree, preparing yourself to wake up to start the day as you do most days, a potent stench catches your attention. And not a pleasant one. It smells very strongly of iron and rot.
Do I know where it's coming from?
Well, as you kind of sniff the air, kind of wrinkling your nose, not really understanding where this is coming from, especially since you're in a nicer, one of the nicer neighborhoods, making your way down closer to Kenninver's house, you see a very large trail of blood that ends at Kenninver's front door, with that of, well, half of a corpse.
And I didn't see who drug it here.
No, you woke up and it was there.
Can I? What is it? Can I? Can I tell
so
what
as
it
you,
is? Okay.
so you get, like, I'm assuming, go up to it. Okay. It somewhat resembles a human woman, but frankly, it's kind of hard to even determine that. One of its eyes is like dangling out of its face, holding on by like these like reddish pink ligaments. Half of its torso like this part right here is just missing, and its legs are nowhere to be found. Like looking around in the immediate vicinity, you don't see the legs of this corpse. One arm is like very like disfigured and caught up behind it, and the other one is like reaching out for the door, and there's like fingernail scratches in the door, wood under the fingernails, like it was trying to get into the house.
Tiptoe over that.
Okay.
And go inside. And maybe inform Kenninver there's something gross at her door.
Yeah, Kenninver's like, you're just waking up, like haven't even like pulled the covers off of you yet. You're still doing the like 10-minute stare at the ceiling, trying to convince yourself that it's worth waking up kind of a thing. And you hear the door open and close, and then hear the door to your bedroom open and see Luna standing there in the doorway.
Oh, good morning.
Someone left you a not so nice present at your door, I think.
When, like, what do you mean not so nice?
It appears to be a very smelly, like so smelly even I wouldn't touch it, right? Half dead corpse. Probably human. It's gruesome. I'm gonna warn you. It was a brutal awakening this morning, along with the smell.
Oh.
But maybe you know them. I don't know. You might
I
want to check.
certainly hope not.
Yeah. I would just throw it away, but like you know.
Yeah, no, we probably need to talk to the gods. I'm going to get dressed, and I'll be out in a moment.
Make breakfast.
All right. Go ahead and make a cooking tools check.
DM, could you check your whispers real quick?
Okay, today. What was Is it just my roll plus my proficiency, or is it? I don't remember what it was under. What we were doing.
I think we were using wisdom.
Okay, so it is 15. 10 plus 2 plus 3.
15? Yeah, so I mean, with the surprise this morning and the just kind of the rush that everything's been in since you got up, you managed to scrounge together something really quick, and it's good. It's not your best work, but it's good.
Nose hair is a little fried, you know.
Yeah, yep. But about the time you finish up, Kenninver finishes getting dressed and prepared for the day. You make your way out to the kitchen, meet up with Luna, and even from here in the kitchen, like over the smell of like the cooked food, you can smell what Luna was talking about.
Oh, Tia, that is very unpleasant.
You don't like the breakfast, or?
No, sorry, I just something else. No, the breakfast tastes very good. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you ate it before you went and looked outside.
Right. Yeah, I suppose that I will go ahead and take a peek out the front door to see if I recognize this person.
opening the front door, like the mess is just right in front of you. Hand outstretched, like right at your feet. Surprisingly less blood than you think should be there. Like there's blood, but not like pooled underneath it. Not a lot anyway.
It doesn't look like it doesn't seem like the body was torn in half here.
No.
All right. I don't suppose they have any features that I would recognize.
You do not recognize this person. Well, I mean, you could try. Make a history check using wisdom.
Yeah.
As it's more of a trying to remember something, not like studying something about history. It's more about what you've noticed.
Okay. Cool. Fucking. Well, I'm not proficient in that, so it's just a straight roll. 14.
No. Do not recognize this person.
Well. Is there like the trail of blood you said is leading like out my front
Like down
gate,
your
I guess, or
down
down
your
the...
stairs, and then just kind of like veers off, not really down a road or following any sort of path or anything other than the path of gore that it's left.
Yeah, so it's not like something we could follow.
I mean, you could follow it. Like there's no beaten path there, but there's a definite trail.
I will go ahead and quickly write my address on a little slip of paper and give it to Bianca and say, sweetheart, could you go get the guards? I'm sure they'll want to know about this. And as she flies off, I will point out, like, the trail to Luna. One of us should be here to talk to the guards when they get here. Would you... Do you
I
think...
can follow it. I got
Okay.
it. You stay here. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to be in your house.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go investigate.
Okay.
I will, I guess, just... I'm going to move away from the body a little bit.
Okay.
And I will... I'm going to use prestidigitation just to make it so it doesn't smell as bad.
Okay.
But not, like, clean anything up. Because I don't want to disturb any evidence.
Sure.
Oh, I was like, because I don't want to. I thought that's where you were going.
Luna, following the trail, it leads you down about, like, it's not actually like a block away, but it's about like the same distance as like a block away from Kenninver's, sorry. And there's like the trail is like very, like, goes around a couple distinct like obstacles, like there's some rocks and stuff that it looks like it traveled around some posts, like a hitching post area that it went underneath, and leads you back to an alleyway, maybe like 2 blocks away from like where the dock ward would start. Inside the alleyway, you see yet another mess of gore. Blood is smeared all over the ground and up the walls. The missing piece of the corpse torso is like lying in a puddle of wet blood, and you can see like bloody handprints where the person like started dragging themselves away.
Wow. They made it a whole block?
Damn.
That's a tough motherfucker.
Is there anything else I can see around the room?
Also important, on the way, at that like grouping of rocks that it had to like crawl around is where the legs are.
So they fell off along
Yeah.
the way?
While they were
Oh,
crawling.
okay.
While they were
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So the legs aren't in the room. The room is just bloody.
Yeah, it's just like a back alleyway.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would look around the like main bloody area and then maybe backtrack to the legs and like
Okay.
I guess search the legs.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sort of identifying anything. Okay, I got 18 plus 1, 19.
A 19. Within the alleyway, kind of behind some trash that's accumulated, you find a set of silver teacups. On one of the teacups is the initials CH, and on the other is LV. They're like engraved into it. The one marked with CH is empty except for like some small traces of some residue in the bottom, but the one marked LV is full to the brim of this like lime green liquid that smells kind of like olives and sour milk.
Ew. Okay. I guess those are evidence, right? So I'll bring them back with me.
Okay.
No, sure. And yeah, I'll investigate the bottom half, I guess.
Okay.
On the way back.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
16.
Really the only interesting thing about the legs you find, they're still like covered by the pants they were wearing, but there's no shoes. The feet appear to just be wrapped to for protection. No sort of shoes, just kind of a light cloth wrapping around the feet.
Almost like they were like poor and didn't have shoes.
Yep.
Kinda.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll go report back to Kenninver what I found.
Okay. Making your way back to Kenninver. No guards have yet arrived at the house. Kenninver, are you still like sitting at the door or like inside your house or?
No, I'm waiting outside for the guards to show up, but I will, I guess, look around a bit more, see if I can find any like footprints, or I assume I can, like, do I see the scratches in the door?
Go ahead and
Well,
give me
looks-
go ahead and give me an investigation check since you're going to be, well, investigating.
You know, that checks out. God. Oh, exhaustion's a bitch.
Tell
16.
me
A 16?
Would have preferred to take the 26, but exhaustion's a bitch.
So, amongst the gore, there are a few things that stand out to you. You said a 16, right?
Yes. 8 plus 8.
Around the corpse's neck, you find a silver locket, like slightly bigger than what like a normal locket would be, almost more medallion sized. On the arm that's like outstretched, there's this like lime green, like liquid residue that's running down their arm. It kind of smells like olive and sour milk. And you're also able to just, looking at the situation, and even just as far as you can see the trail go, like either something had to be keeping them alive more so than like biologically, because even from where you are, you can see that like the path that this blood trail goes back, it's not a straight path. There was turns that had to be made, so the person had to be able to like somewhat control their movements even after the traumatic amount of like blood loss and missing, and obviously the missing limbs, unless of course they were drug here.
And I don't see any footprints or anything that would...
No footprints.
Okay. I've never seen anything like this before, have I?
No, this is very gruesome.
There's no like rings or insignia that I recognize?
Nope.
You said it was a locket, yes? Can
Mhm.
I, like, again, trying not to disturb the body as much as I can, I would like to try and open the locket.
Sure. Inside the locket, there is a very like tightly folded piece of paper. There's nothing else in the locket.
I will take it out and unfold it.
Okay. It appears to be some sort of a letter. It reads, "When you return home, I will not be there. I wish things didn't have to end this way, but alas, they must. I found someone new, someone better. I know this must hurt, but it's the truth. And if you really love me, then you'll be happy to know that I am happy now. The time we shared will always be special to me, but I must move on, move forward. It was you that said our time here is short. We mustn't let any opportunity slip away. I hope you understand. Sincerely, LV."
That ring any bells?
No? I mean, it's just
Okay.
2 initials.
Yeah, I can't, but like, I can't. There's no one who jumps to mind who has those initials and be like, oh yeah, I'd want to beat that person to death too.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I will hold on to the letter and I'll just take a few deep breaths to steady myself, because this is not a pleasant thing to wake up to. And
Oh.
just continue to wait for the gods, probably just fiddling with my ring.
Okay. A short while later, after probably right as you're like folding the letter back up, you do see Luna beginning to make her approach back, as it wasn't a far walk to where the trail started.
Well, good and
Uh,
bad news.
All right.
Good news, I followed the trail. It wasn't very long. Bad news is it's even uglier than this. The other half of the body's kind of around the corner. And then a little further along down the alley was a just bloody mess scene. Basically, I found these cups. Just gonna hand her the cups. At the bloody scene. Yeah. And then the other half just was like a normal pair of human legs. They seemed like they were probably kind of poor. They didn't have shoes. But yeah, I didn't really see anything else. They didn't really have much else. So
Okay. Well. With more of this liquid, do I have any inkling of what it might actually be?
Without some sort of like alchemist tools or something, it would be hard to determine.
what about a
What was
herbalism
your
kit?
what was your history check from earlier?
Oh, it was a 9.
A 9. Well, this is okay. That was specifically to recognize somebody, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead
See
and
if
give
I
me
knew who this
another
person
one.
was. Okay.
You mean like
With wisdom or
Or what
can I
was
use
what was your investigation check? I'm sorry.
Investigation was a 16.
This smell, I'm so sorry. This smell with the 16, it's actually very familiar to you. You remember smelling this before passing out and waking up in a cell.
Face
I think we
darkens a
put
little bit.
2 and 2 together that the green stuff on the arm and the empty cup is probably their initials, and then
Yes.
LV is the other one. Okay.
I mean, as far
Yeah,
as far as like the initial stuff, like I mean, you could
That's what I'm assuming.
guess,
Okay.
but
Yes.
but you can definitely put together that it's the same. Like this person with the liquid on their arm, they drank from that one, and the other one wasn't drank from. So
Well, I believe this is the same thing that I had before I woke up in that damnable cell. This is... You said that the legs were away from that bloody mess?
Yeah, kinda. Like they had been like dragging themselves along, and they kind of, you know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that there's like... You said there was a chunk of the torso missing?
mm-hmm.
I don't want to disturb the body too much before the guards get here, but you're familiar with organs and such, right, Luna? Is
Incredibly.
just from without touching it, can you tell if any are missing?
Maybe. I can see if anything's hanging loose, if you will.
Just a lot of fucked up stuff can happen in this city.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure I could probably... You said it's just like the side is kind of
Mm-hmm.
caged open.
So yeah, like this
And then-
arm is like caught up behind their back, and then like right here is just gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take a nice little peek-see into that crevice.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Good.
And I have a very important question to ask you.
Uh-huh.
How many times has Luna seen an autopsy performed? Whether medically or otherwise.
An autopsy?
As in body opened up so that you would know what the inside of a body should look like.
I mean, Luna's seen her fair share of the inside of bodies. Whether or not it was an autopsy.
Was it anatomically correct by the time she saw the inside of it?
Yeah, usually she takes things fresh.
Alright, sure.
I would say she probably would know because, like, she has a general respect for all life, and like she's
You were
probably
able to
learned quite a
extract
bit.
You were able to
Yeah.
extract Orbis's eyes and such and
And
sew them
heart.
back up.
Yeah, I would say
Good.
she like just has like a general understanding and
Yeah,
respect.
sure.
That way she can do things respectfully in a way. So that would be my medicine's a +5, so I got a 20.
A 20.
Nice.
It does seem as though there are fewer organs in here than there should be. The heart is gone. Other than that, there's just like other internal body parts that you know that should be there that aren't there.
So the heart's gone specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And everything else is, well, other than like bones and stuff, like other major organs are there? Kind of.
Kind of. It's kind of muddled, and where you're not touching the body, you're just like peeking under. It's really hard to tell.
Okay, Ken. So aside from the obvious entrails here,
Yes.
it seems the heart is missing. Otherwise, just by taking a little peeksies into the abyss, I don't know. Yeah.
I just would hate for us to like start digging through it and then the guards show up, you know?
Yeah, that'd look a little weird. Especially with my pockets full of meat.
You could put that in the cold box, you know?
Oh no, it was for breakfast.
Ah.
Don't worry, there's still some of the cold storage. This is today's rations.
About this time, your dove flutters back up, lands on your shoulder, and you look up, and coming down the road, you can see two uniformed guards making their way towards your house. Good.
I was just gonna say I'll step out and like wave to get their attention.
Luna, hide behind Kenninver.
Seeing you and seeing the mess of blood, the trail leading up to your house, and what appears to be a body lying in front of you, or to the side of you at this point, the two uniformed guards begin quickening their pace, making their way up to you, and soon after you recognize the one in the lead as Captain Morrison.
Excellent.
Captain.
Kenninver, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, but
What's do you know what happened?
no,
this happen here?
I don't know. We woke up this morning, and I mean, it's Captain Morrison, so I'll just sort of like scoot to the side so he can see Luna, because I trust him.
Okay.
We,
you're here too, Luna?
yeah, she has been staying with me.
He does kind of raise a inquisitive eyebrow, noting that Luna is here, but doesn't say anything.
But when we woke up this morning, there was this awful odor, and there was just half a corpse on my doorstep that I don't remember being there the night before.
You get started, cleaning this up a little bit. Take a look around. Why don't we get inside?
Yes.
So,
I will.
which one of you found this?
It'll be me, Captain. I was sleeping outside on my usual branch. My new usual branch.
Right.
Kind of watching over the house.
Okay.
And I woke up this morning bright and early, as I always do, was doing my stretches, and my nose just was hit with the most rotten of stenches. So I kind of went to investigate, since it was right under my nose, quite literally. And I saw it there. So I went inside and informed Kenninver first thing, because I didn't know if maybe it was someone she might know or whatever. Like, I didn't want to move it or anything.
And was it someone you knew, or?
It's not someone that I recognize, but there's... I mean, you saw it. There's a lot of blood. We didn't want to disturb the body before some guards were able to get here and take note of it, but yes, when she came and got me, I had Bianca go to alert, I suppose you now, and Luna went to go see if she could follow that trail, and well, she found the rest of them.
It's around the way. It's about a block.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'll have you take me there here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I did
Yeah.
find this. I noticed there was a locket, and I found this inside, and I will hand him the letter.
Opens it. Kind of skims through it. Sad story and all, but I'm not sure how this helps.
I'm not sure either. It's just... But that green liquid that's on their arm, I know of it. It was used on me recently, in fact. It is some sort of sedative. I had some, not knowing what it was, but I had some, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in a cage.
When was this?
Same night we got back, if you can believe it.
What? I have so many questions. But first, I need a favor. Bianca, you had her bring me a note. Does
Yes.
she recognize people? I'm assuming that's why she chose me.
Very well could be. She's very smart, and I'll just scratch her under her chin a little bit.
Would she know how to get to the Dimmingcole's Tavern?
Yes, she's been there several times.
Could you have her deliver a note there for me?
Of course.
Well, I left one earlier this morning, but things have changed since then. I just need her to... Do you have paper? A
Yes,
pen?
of course. I will run up. I will go and grab some parchment and a quill.
I'm gonna get started on this, Luna, if you take me to where the other one is. Just put on there your address and leave a note to give this to Valandir.
Right. Where do you want me to, should I just have her give it to Garrett?
Whoever is in charge of keeping that sort of information. I turned it in at the bar this morning. I wanted to meet him somewhere, but need to switch that up.
Yes,
He's helping me a little bit while he's back in town. Him and a couple of his friends.
alright. Yes, I can do that. I will roll it up and just tie it to her leg with a little bit of twine and tell her to go give it to Garrett. I'm sure we've communicated like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me, Captain.
All right, lead the way, Luna.
Oh, and did you show him the teacups?
Oh yeah, I'll show. I brought these back because I didn't know if Kenninver would maybe recognize the initials or anything, and I didn't necessarily want her to see what you're about to see. But these were at the main site. If you catch my drift.
I'm sure
find
I'll
out.
understand after you show
Yeah.
me, but
Yeah, you'll see. But
and this
yeah,
is
it's a
the
cup.
liquid that Kenninver was talking about, the
Yes,
one that is a sedative.
It's
Not
on
a
the
very
guy's arm
pleasant-
out there too.
Yes, and not a very pleasant one at that.
All right, take me to this scene.
Sounds good. So Luna's gonna walk him along the magical blood trail and
Yeah, you guys
show
get,
him the legs
yeah,
on
you
the
guys
way.
get to the leg, and he's just like, "Oh my gods, what?"
Oh, just you wait, Captain. There's more.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yep. I didn't like starting my day like this. Come with me.
You guys continue following the trail into the alleyway. Captain Morrison is just like eyes wide, like, what in the hells could have done this?
Now you understand. Well, I brought them back.
Oh my!
Mhm.
And you found the teacups here?
Mhm. Yeah.
I am at a loss.
Mhm.
Go back and let the other guardsmen know I'll be back in 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna go commandeer a horse from the stables. I've got a friend I need for help on this one.
Good.
Luna.
Mhm.
Before you take off, this can't go anywhere. 3 other
Captain.
bodies were found like this morning. This one is by far the most gruesome, but the other were similar. That's why when I recognized the address, I came as quickly as I could. I feared it was Lady Kenninver. Keep your eyes on her.
I have been for like 2 days now. Have no fear.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, no worries, Captain. And you know me. I'm not much of a talker.
Thank you. And he heads off kind of towards the, actually not too far away from where
It's gonna
you guys
cost you
are
another
now,
month of meat, though.
up towards the stables. Valandir.
That's me.
Oh, I'm
Um,
Sasha.
That morning.
Sorry, I was muted.
No, you're good. That morning, after waking up, heading down to the tavern area, the waitress who's currently working, after like you hit like the bottom of the stairs, and she just kind of like waves you down, like, Captain Morrison left a note for you this morning.
Did he know? Okay. I'll go retrieve the said note and take a look at it. And what does it say?
The note says, so on the front of it, it says, it's like, you can just see the 2 points at the top of the V where Valandir was, but then it's like completely scribbled out so that you can't tell that it was Valandir, and next to it says Nehus. And then on the note it says, 3 bodies found mutilated this morning. Meet an alley as soon as you can.
Oh, geez. Well, should probably go investigate this. And do I know where that is? Do I know how to get there?
Yeah, the alley where you met last night.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess you would
Sorry.
assume.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll make my way there.
Heading out into the alley, there's no one there. It's empty. You're there for like a few minutes, waiting when the door opens again, and the same waitress. I'm sorry, another note just arrived via bird.
Okay. That must be Bianca.
And she hands you the note.
I'll take it. Open it up.
And it has an address and says, "One more found, needs you here."
All right. Well, I'll assume that letter is probably more dire than the previous, and I'll follow the address.
Toki. You're muted.
Yes.
Waking up a little bit earlier, as the night before was a bit strange. You're awake in time to help your daughter kind of get ready for the day, and help her on her way to her morning studies, as well as with your wife. It's the first time in a while the three of you have actually been able to walk together. But arriving back, your wife kind of splits off at the school and heads off to work, while you head back home. And arriving back home, you can see that there is a yellow dyed feather in your window, which is like usually means that it contains some sort of message, and that it's like more important than just a discussion.
And so, like, the yellow dye, like like that means like the feather itself has a message in it, or
Like usually there's one like tied to it.
okay.
And picking the feather up, reading the note that's kind of tied around the base of it, it says 3 bodies found mutilated this morning, Meetin Alley.
All right. Toki probably would just get ready and head straight for the alley.
Arriving there, you get there just in time to see a waitress hand Valandir, who seemed to be kind of like pacing back and forth in the alleyway, waiting for someone, hands him a note, and then heads back inside. And then after reading the note, Valandir kind of folds it up and turns to head back inside the building.
I think how I imagine this is like I'd probably be like on like not like a rooftop but like nearby where I could like see.
I kind of had you up on a rooftop.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, like rooftop, and then just like
man.
keep an entrance on the like keep an eye out for like, and then just follow Valandir wherever he's going.
Okay. Yeah, so Valandir heads back inside, and about the time you get kind of back to the base of the stairs, Valandir, looking up the stairs, as you can hear footsteps coming down, you look up to see Takar heading down the stairs towards you right now.
Takar, we have urgent business. There's been murders, and we're summoned by Captain Morrison. So I'm gonna head that way.
Oh, subtlety, thy name is Valandir.
Yep.
Alright then, lead the way.
Two of you make your way out the door and begin heading towards the address. As they come out the front door, Toki, you now can see that Valandir is walking with Takar, and they seem to be making their way towards kind of towards the C ward.
Toki probably wouldn't make his presence known just yet, but would like just follow his way there as like best as he could.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check. And neither of you are trying to like be sneaky about this, right? You're just walking to the address.
Yeah, that's
okay. Then no
my
sort of
intent.
like perception check or anything to keep up with them.
Stealth, that's +6, so 23.
23? Okay. I believe that's higher than both of your passive perceptions.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's not, that's wild. But it's possible. I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think John has 2 actually. Oh no, it was Ricky.
No, I did.
I think all 3 of you have done it.
It's fun.
It is.
So yeah, about a half hour later, you guys find yourselves walking through the Sea Ward, and it becomes pretty clear pretty quickly which house you're supposed to be heading to, as you can see a trail of blood leading up the stairs. Following this trail of blood up the stairs, you end up locking eyes with Kenninver and Luna, who are both sitting on the porch with what appears to be a guardsman.
I'll walk up to Kenninver and ask what's going on.
Oh. Good morning, Valendir. I wish I could tell you.
Seems there's been some trouble.
It certainly seems that way. I definitely don't remember there being the upper part of a corpse on my doorstep last night.
What all do you guys know?
Is the guardsman that's with us Captain Morrison or no?
No, it is a different one. It's one that he left there. He hasn't come back quite yet.
Yep. Okay. Well, Luna woke up this morning and smelled something awful, and she came down and found this on our doorstep, and I sent Bianca to go get some guards, and then when they arrived, Captain Morrison asked me to send a note to you.
And where's Captain Morrison now?
He went to commandeer a horse and go
Yes.
grab a friend.
Yes, Luna went to
Show him the scene of the crime, if you
Yeah.
will.
the rest of this poor fellow.
Mhm.
And I will telepathically say to Valendir, there's a little more, but I'll bring that up when there are more trusted ears, more trusted ears around.
Just kind of nod at Kenninver. Well then, maybe we should try to track down Captain Morrison and
I assume
see
he's
how we
coming
can
back.
assist.
He'll be back.
Oh.
He said he'll be back. He just had to grab someone.
Well, what should we do then?
How far would you say I'm from them?
Like a roof over.
So approximately 60 feet.
Sure.
Okay, cool. That way I could actually use my telepathic stuff. I think Toki would probably connect with Valendir and tell him to ask him to show us where like the other part of the body is.
And I see where the other part of the body is.
Oh, God. Yes, I am so excited to go see this for the 3rd time today. Let's go. Come on.
I just already know this information. I just know that there's another part of the body that I need to go see.
For
No one questions.
For John's sake, where you guys are right now, I don't know how much you've heard of what's been described.
Absolutely none of it.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. So there is.
I got here 2 seconds ago.
There is
welcome.
half of a corpse lying on Kenninver's front porch. Like the bottom half is gone. One of the arms is like mangled and caught up behind its back. The other one is reaching out forward, and you can see like scratch marks on her front door. like a decent chunk of the torso is missing, and like one of its, I guess this isn't really that important, but one of its eyes is like dangling from its socket. It's a very messed up scene, but there is like significantly less blood here than what like should be here for half a torso being here. But as Luna leads you guys back down the trail, next to this pile of rocks, you can see where it appears the legs like pulled off the rest of it as it was like dragging along the ground. The feet appear to just be wrapped with like some light cloth. And then reaching the alleyway, the alley is just covered in blood. There's blood smeared all over the ground and up the walls. The missing piece of the corpse's torso is like lying there in a puddle of wet blood, and you can see like bloody handprints where the person like kind of pushed themselves up and started dragging themselves away.
Has the body been cleaned up at all? Like, is there
Yeah.
more? I mean, like, I know Captain Morrison told the guard to like start cleaning some of it up. Like, have we?
He's mostly been cleaning around the body, cleaning blood off your porch, wiping some of the blood off of, wiping like the residue off the arm, and like looking for any distinctive marks or anything like that.
Yeah,
that might be
okay.
able to
I was
use
just curious if we'd seen any sort of like bite marks or scratches or wounds.
Yeah,
nothing-
how is that was gonna be my next question. Like, how was his body torn apart? Does it look like something big came along and just ripped him in half, or was he like cut in half?
If I'm understanding you correctly, it sounds like this started in the alleyway where a chunk was torn out of the torso, and they started pulling themselves, and about at the rocks, they're like when they were pulling themselves, the legs like must have gotten caught on something and pulled off the body.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Go ahead and Valandir and Takar, either one of you give me an investigation check with advantage, or you can both make separate rolls.
No, I'll make one by myself.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so you have advantage then.
$15.
And that was with advantage, correct?
It was.
Okay.
It was a nat 1 and a 12.
So here in the alleyway, there's not a whole lot of like anything to go on. There's a ton of, like I said, a ton of blood. Luna, I'm assuming you point out like where you found. Well, I'm assuming first off you tell them about the teacups.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was 2 teacups found, like a set of teacups, one engraved with the initials CH and one engraved with the initials LV. And Luna found that set of teacups here in the alleyway. She points out the spot where she found those. You find, like I said, the missing piece of the torso. However, something that's different for you is you actually need to look up how this works exactly, but you can smell or feel like residual fear, like still lingering in the air.
Sorry, I went to go look it up myself. Whoever this dude was, he was absolutely terrified here.
Wouldn't you be if your blood painted the walls and the ceiling?
No, I'd probably just be really mad.
Fair.
This isn't the shade of paint I wanted.
But I mean, like, more fear than if you were just getting mugged in some alley. Like, I still feel the tension and fear in the air here.
What do you think happened?
Not a damn clue.
Toki would probably come out into the alleyway to talk to them.
Okay.
Question. I don't know if you meant to, but you did tell me about the fear in the notes.
I told you about a thing called fear.
Oh, okay, because you gave me like a family name and stuff, so I didn't know if that was intentional or not.
Yep.
Okay. Tokyo probably walk up. You said you smell fear?
What an entrance.
Smell? No.
Sounds like a shitty line from a movie. I'm sorry. You smell
Sounds
fear.
like something you would hear in a fucking Batman parody sketch.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in. Okay.
I heard you smell fear.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Okay.
Smell? No. It's different. It's like the raw emotion of panic and fear was so heavy here that it just lingers in the air.
The Everune family, we believe they have an alchemist who's developing a new drug that's been sweeping across the city, and the City Watch has been calling it the fear.
I don't believe this is one and the same.
I mean, could be. Do you want to go check out the green liquid in those cups? Weird other bird creature?
You're not a bird, you're a bat.
So fuck you.
Oh wait, I wouldn't have heard that because he communicates telepathically, right?
He would have linked with all of you because he
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah, then I'll
because he
I'll
saw
tell
you
him.
last night and he already knows that you're part of this. I think you came up last time.
Well, you did bring up the fact that I was like the only competent one in the group, so yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing that was said.
But I could be like, well, I don't know if it's a drug, but I brought some cups back from the scene, so Kenninver wouldn't have to come see all of this. Rightfully so, because I'm sick of saying it for the third fucking time. And they did have some weird green liquid in it. We don't know what it is. Kenninver recognizes it from the night she was taken. The smell, she recognizes it. It's like the last thing she smelled before she was knocked out. I don't know. You can look if you want.
Would I have had like found samples of it before, or?
No, you've never actually found like it physically before. Just
Okay.
just seen people that it's affected, heard of side effects. The like starting effects are just extreme drowsiness, um, causes you to fall asleep very quickly, and can sometimes lead to just like full on narcolepsy down the road. Like you just get tired. It's highly addictive, but the main side effect of it is it shows you your like biggest fears like at any time you're asleep. So the the biggest thing that it does is make you really drowsy, makes you feel really good, and you fall asleep. Then as soon as you're asleep, you're attacked by nightmares. But you have not seen any in its physical form before.
And you have it on you, you said?
It's not on me. It's back at the house with Kenninver because I took the cups, which I'm assuming had this person initials and someone else's on it. One cup was empty and the other still had the liquid in it. So I took it back thinking maybe she might know the people's initials. I don't know. So yeah, it's back there.
I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to recognize anything about the body since it's just the lower half that we're seeing.
Right here is pretty much just a chunk of the torso.
Okay.
The other half of the body's like back a little bit.
But
box.
yeah, heading up, you do come to the legs. Again, their feet are like wrapped in some sort of light cloth, but nothing else like immediately snags your attention here.
Could I investigate the body?
Just like the lower half. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Like
Go
the
ahead.
lower half. Ooh, that's a 16 plus 5, 21.
21. On the legs here, there doesn't really seem to be anything too telling. However, on the wraps on their feet, with your specific skill set when it comes to shoes and footwear, it does appear that recently this person has been to a much nicer neighborhood. The somewhere within the Hill Ward, Northern Hill Ward. You know that there is a few kind of more like hillier areas within there that the soil is much less suitable for farming, growing crops, growing plants, gardening, anything like that. However, it does have a kind of a pretty red hue to it, and so it's popular to use for roads and things of that sort, walkways within the Hill Ward. So it would appear as though this person has recently been to the Hill Ward.
I would relay all of that info.
Okay.
And you said, do you have a map in the Discord of the town, or?
That's what I was just messaging you about, Bear. I was like,
Is it not in the Discord? It is on the Roll20.
Everreach Coast map.
Let me put it right there.
No, that's just the coast.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Because I was like
It's-
trying to see. I was like,
it
maybe if I was wrong.
Should be up in the Roll20 now.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it.
My
I
bad.
was just messaging you to ask if you could switch the map on Roll20. That's funny. Okay.
And we're like by the C Ward, you said, or we're in the C Ward.
You're in the C Ward right now,
Okay.
almost to the Dock Ward. You're like very
Like
southern edge of the. Yep, right in there.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull this up so the audience can see what we're talking about.
Okay, I'll ping it again. So we're like right there.
If my roll 20 ever decides to work.
That'd be too easy.
And it looks like no.
And I'm like, what's like my relation with like the other guards? Because I know like Captain is like the
Captain
my main
Morrison.
guy,
Captain
but
Morrison is like the main one. I would say like your reputation hasn't grown like extravagantly yet, and so you're not like widely known throughout as either being good or bad. However, with the yellow flower or feather, excuse me, with the yellow feather, and then the fact that it's like daylight right now, and Captain Morrison is still asking you to come here, it does seem like this is the first time that he's like during the day asked you to come out. So
Yeah.
it seems like this is important enough that Captain Morrison like wants you here.
okay, because I was hesitant on having him come down earlier because there was that guard there,
Mhm.
and I wasn't sure if like
I would say you're just
a
widely
relation there.
not known yet.
Cool. So I won't have to worry about like instantly having to like run from a guard or anything.
No.
Okay, cool.
And as you guys are approaching back up, Captain Morrison comes back on on a horse, kind of going very fast at like a full gallop, holds up where he is, sees you guys approaching. Oh, I must have just missed you then. I'm glad you're here, Toki. Look, I know this guy, he won't say anything about this, but this is above me. This is the fourth one that we found today. This one's easily in the worst condition. But when we head up there, I'll let him know that you're working under me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and send him back. Another thing I did while I was out there is got us this case. This one's mine. So anything you can find here, as long as I have something to report at the end of the day, we should be good to go. All right. And then he turns his horse and heads back up towards Kenninver's house. Dismounts and just kind of has a quick conversation with the other guard that's there, sending him over to the horse, and he gets on the horse and rides off. All right. It's just us. Kenninver, Luna, I am sorry that this happened so close to home. If the two of you want to step away, if you want to get inside, or if you have any more information, or if you want to help.
Well, like I said, I've had whatever this stuff is used on me. I'd prefer it to be off the streets. It's not pleasant.
Luna?
Yeah, I'm going where she goes, so.
Alright. Well, no offense to anyone else, but Toki, if you'd want to take a look around.
Toki nods his head, and I guess the first thing he would do is probably start investigating this part of the body.
Okay.
We did notice that the heart is missing. But we couldn't find anything else out without touching the body.
Captain Morrison just puts his foot on it and flips it over.
Well, I could have done that.
What about now?
I'm gonna. I mean, we've all seen that this thing is covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
So I will prestidigitation the blood away to try and get a better look at the body.
Okay. Toki, go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage. Because I'm assuming he has. Well, I guess do you give him the information that you already obtained?
Yes.
Kenninver?
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah, with that information, go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage.
Oh,
Is
wait.
there still that residual fear feeling in the air here? was it
Not
only in that alley?
here. It was just in the alley.
I rolled 2 19s. I was hoping one would have turned into a 20,
Aw.
but that's 19 plus 5, 24.
So, after speaking with Kenninver and kind of coming to some of the same conclusions as far as like either something was in their system that was keeping them alive, or they had to have been drugged here.
Oh, right, that too.
They were going around obstacles and stuff, so there had to be some motor functions. Otherwise, it couldn't have just been acting on nerves.
Right.
On top of all that, though, after the body's been flipped over, you notice a slight rash on their face. You'd kind of seen it before, but at first you didn't really notice it as a rash because of its bluish coloration. And at first it kind of seemed like it may have just been part of this liquid that had been found, but it was enough different that as you were going through things, you were kind of like keeping it in the back of your head, mulling it over. And as you inspect it a little bit more closely, just kind of one last time, it not being able to slip out of your mind, you remember seeing something like this once before, but when you were like very, very young. One of your friends as a child had a rash really similar to this, but it was only after having an allergic reaction to a plant called Lactarius rubrum. I'll put it in the Discord.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put it in campaign notes.
Oh, you're so close on the spelling. You could say they were lactarius intolerant.
God damn it.
Sorry.
One
Okay.
could say that.
Of course, the lactose intolerant one made that
Shut
joke.
up.
I mean, I didn't make the joke. I'm also lactose intolerant.
Hell yeah.
Are you like me, Allie? Do you choose to ignore it?
Oh, absolutely. I had
Yeah.
yogurt for breakfast. And I had grilled cheese for lunch.
Hell yeah.
They make medicine for a reason, right?
Yeah, I pooped a couple times today.
I mean, they wouldn't have made a medicine that helps with it if they didn't want you to do it, right?
I don't take it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't either.
I just
but
suffer.
I was trying to help us
It's
out.
too expensive. Yeah, no.
Why spend money when you can just spend quality time in the bathroom?
Lets me watch TikTok.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
Back on track.
aside from Ellie's shitty joke. Huh?
Ah,
Sorry. I had to. Okay. Alright.
You sure you don't want to change Luna to a bard?
Vicious
Not this
mockery with those
campaign.
puns.
Not this campaign.
Knowledge of puns.
You missed the secrets or the Santa one shot. I was a bard in that.
So that was everything then that I would get out of it?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously you're gonna relay all that info over.
I mean, other than, and this is more for John's sake than yours, but you would also like confirm with everyone else. It smells like olives and sour milk. I don't think John was here for that part, so make sure that
Nope.
he knows what it smelled like.
Important detail.
Hey, if you're at the bar or something and your ale smells like olives and rotten milk, maybe don't drink
Don't
it.
fucking drink it.
I don't think I'm gonna drink a beer that smells like sour milk. Thank you, though.
But now you know to look out for it,
No,
Yeah.
okay, right, yeah.
Find anything?
Immediately point out the rash like right to Captain Morrison. Because I assume like he's looked at bodies with me in the past that with like the similar thing.
I haven't seen anything like this on one though. And most of the fear victims, I guess, they just spend a little time in a jail cell and then back on the street. Usually find them ripped in half.
And like just to make it easy, I'm linked with everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
That way. The rash, I've seen it when I was younger. A friend of mine had a rash very similar, and it was I already lost where you put it. You said campaign notes?
Lactarius rubrum.
It's from a flower called the Lactarius rubrum.
Not much of
Any
a
of us?
botanist. I don't know. Anyone that wants to can make a nature check.
Sure.
Can I
Should be
argue for
funny.
medicine?
You can argue, but I'll stick to nature.
I'll do it.
I would say I could see a nature check with wisdom, though.
Can you do it with intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh,
I
you
could
know what? I'll
see
stick
it
with a
in-
nature check.
I'm still very much of the opinion that in certain circumstances, survival and nature are kind of... You can mix them together a little bit. I also really like the idea of being able to use different attributes for different skills. So,
I got a 15.
15?
20.
20?
30-20.
Dirty 20?
Well,
Anyone
mine's
else?
also a dirty 20.
Did anyone else want to do it?
I mean, I had
got a
five.
14.
Oh, no. One of these days, Valenir. One of these days.
Wow, so good at
you're
naturing,
gonna,
Valenir.
you're gonna,
I'm just the best at like everything I do.
you're gonna show up and you're gonna roll nothing but like natural 20s, and it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, maybe then I'll have the respect of my allies.
So
I can only
Lactarius,
hope.
Lactarius rubrum is a woodland plant. It is found within the Golden Orchard. It's not like super rare, but it's also not common.
You said it's a what plant? Sorry.
Woodland.
A woodland
A woodland,
plant. It's more of a fungus, and it is a bit of an invasive species. It kind of grows where people don't want it. However, it does have some usefulness, as the inside of it is full of this very milk-like substance, and it is used to make a drink called scarlet milk. It has a very potent, very not so good smell to it. However, it does have very good effects on your awareness. It makes you more alert and more aware. However, the smell itself and the ingestion of it has a tendency to cause you to be a bit more irritable and less sociable. Sociable? I don't know how you say that. I think it's a word.
Sociable?
Sociable, that's the one. And again, Herbal Journal, my new best friend. Thank you guys so much for making this book.
Yep. It's fantastic. check out Sarson Games if you haven't already.
Damn, don't sound so enthusiastic.
I mean, well, no, that didn't get recorded because it was muted. That's right.
Yep. That's okay. Well, anybody know what it is?
Who got the 20?
I mean, anybody that got a
you-
15 or higher knows.
Okay, okay. I had
yeah,
I had a 14. So
Sorry.
nope.
I had a 20. I can tell him.
Yeah.
Luna just like a dictionary, just Lactarius rubrum is found in Solid Ocher. It's a woodland plant like a fungus, slightly invasive for the region.
Captain Morris is just
Most
like,
useful for the milky substance found inside of it to make scarlet milk. Just literally.
his jaw's like slightly open, like,
No one expected Luna to be smart. Fuck you guys.
all right. Well,
Luna, I thought you only knew about meat.
First of all, I'm very cultured. Thank you.
the reason
I live in nature. I sleep in trees, Takar.
the reason Luna knows so much about the plant is because it's actually like an attractant to a lot of meteor bugs. And so
You don't gotta tell them that. The grubs like it.
she just asked somebody one time why the grubs liked it so much, and they're like, "Oh, they like the scarlet milk."
Say what?
All right. Well, I mean that's something, and this is all assuming that this is fear.
Feel like it's a safe assumption.
Yes, the effects you described sounds about right.
Have you taken fear?
No, but I've had whatever this is.
Well, if this is fear, then
Not
But if
knowing
she's not
it.
allergic, she won't react to it like
Like,
this.
yeah.
there wouldn't be a rash, no.
Yeah. Which might be why the other victims may not have a rash as well.
Well, I suppose you could start with the some of the more well-known dealers, see if they know anything about this or if there's a new product moving around.
Oh,
Maybe
do I recognize the body, or like the person? No.
go ahead and make a history check using your wisdom.
Using my wisdom.
I don't suppose. Yeah, I don't suppose it's more clear now that I've cleaned up the body at all.
I mean, it is a little bit.
Ooh, dirty 20.
No, it doesn't look familiar to you.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe I'll start with the guards on that. There's Yilger, the sea witch. I know that the guards are already going to be talking to her today, but she might be more open with people who aren't the guards. Just
Makes sense.
something like this. Her name often gets thrown around. Could be nothing, but couldn't hurt to ask some questions. Other than that, you could just try hitting up some of the local hangouts for Tri-Harbor thugs and White Stag grunts. There's the Tattered Net, the High Tide, the Crooked Frame. start with those. See if anyone's willing to talk or if somebody has a loose tongue. Beyond that, I don't know what else we have to go on.
I basically have already investigated the body, so I don't think. I was gonna ask if there was like any type of like insignia or anything like on their clothing or like
Yeah,
whatever's left.
They seem like just very plain, kind of baggier clothing, kind of just like that burlap color. Definitely faded and worn with time, but not even no tattoos, not even a recognizable birthmark or anything.
I would like to take a closer look at the locket because that doesn't seem like it belongs.
There's like a so it's silver plated, similar to the teacup set. It has like two plants coming around like the outside of it. And again, it's like in the shape. It's kind of like a shape and size of a medallion. But doesn't seem to be any sort of like artist signature on it or anything like that. It does seem like a very fine craftsmanship though.
This letter was in there, and I'll pass the letter around. And I'm just trying to think. The fact that the heart is missing is standing out. Are there any? Would I know anything of that specifically likes to eat hearts? Like any sort of monster or anything?
Luna. I'm just kidding.
Luna, you've been told that hearts are a delicacy, and that they are very healthy to eat and bring you a lot of nutrients. You were told that on an island.
Yeah.
Your skill set isn't really in like monsters and creatures like that, but I suppose you could give me a history check.
Just thinking maybe I'd read something about it.
Would I know other things that might eat hearts? Considering I've one of them?
You can also make a history check.
I don't.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Solid 10.
Nothing comes to mind. Not that would specifically go for the heart.
Just the thought is crossing my mind that you said this stuff like puts you to sleep, but whoever this was, it seems like they dragged themselves here. Which I suppose being in a great deal of pain could wake you up, but
You said there were 3 other murders today?
There was. All of those investigations are going to fall to somebody else, but I got us this one. Tonight, I could probably get you in to see the rest of the bodies. Just do some simple comparisons. I am going to have to take
nice to know.
What's left of this one back.
And in the alley, there wasn't like a sign of like a struggle, just like the blood, and that was basically it, right?
Yep.
Like there was like no way to like try to go retrace their steps or anything.
No, there was no like footprints or anything.
Question.
Sure.
I was pretty used to the smell of a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
And if this happened recently, would we assume the stench is from what the liquid they drank? Not necessarily because it's old?
Yeah, the corpse itself doesn't seem that old. It seems pretty fresh.
So the rotten smell was coming from the liquid.
The liquid
Correct.
that they consumed. Okay.
Yep.
What was the name of the person he said to go?
The sea witch.
The sea witch. Okay.
Otherwise known as Ylger.
Right, we'll go. Guess the best place to start would be to go question the sea witch, see what she knows.
Yes, I should probably go tell Garrett that I'm not coming in today.
I assume I would know where to go for the sea witch, right? Or for Ylger?
Yeah, you would for sure.
Okay.
Down in the dock ward, and kind of more towards the edge of like nearing the wall.
Okay.
Like over in this area.
You said you were given this substance before?
Yes.
Where?
And like, yeah, I was about to was like looking around. Was it a cup? What is the doc that happened like a couple nights ago now?
Yeah, so it would have been 2 nights ago.
Is it safe to assume this was probably within the last like couple days?
Yes, it was.
Getting dragged out of a dock by and points over to Luna.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. I saved her. I didn't drug her.
No, she did. She did save me.
No, she did. She did drug me. Sorry. This is the way you like. No, she did.
No, she did. That's where I thought she was going.
I saw her get kidnapped from what I now know is the Deming, right? No,
No.
from
Frozen
a
Flame.
place. Frozen Flame. There
Yeah,
it is.
The Frozen Flame. Tavern.
I saw her get kidnapped from Frozen Flame, or somebody get kidnapped. I didn't know it was her at the time, and so I followed them and found out it was her.
Because I saw you escape with her.
Yeah, I infiltrated and pretended to be one of them
Yeah.
because I saw
that
them
was smart.
carrying her body in, and so I figured I would go fake it till I make it and bust her out.
That was smart. You didn't start a big battle and just kind of looks over.
Who would do that? That's so dumb. Luna also missed all of that combat. Keep in mind, she just left. So all she heard was fight, and she was like, "Yeah. I'll go say there's a fight going on outside." She's like, "I'm gonna use this distraction." So she had no idea. Reminder. Yeah, why would I start a fight? I would be so outnumbered. That's fucking dumb.
It just makes the battles more interesting.
Whatever.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
Didn't want them to potentially kill my hostage, so.
Would you know why they were trying to kidnap you?
No, I have no idea why.
If you're gonna separate with us, make sure you have somebody with you just in case.
Yes. Yeah, no, I don't really want to go through that again. It wasn't great.
So yeah, I think the best sort of action, the best course of action would be to go check out the Sea Witch, see what she knows, and then see what we could get from there. Maybe what was the name of that organization?
I'm going to telepathically message Luna and say, we can go talk to Raijin, but please don't tell the others about him.
Pause. Should I remember who Raijin is?
That's the guy who told you that.
Oh, right. I did meet him. Okay, so what did you say?
I said, we can go talk to him tonight, but please don't tell the others about him.
I'm gonna just nod. Very subtly.
We can, if the Sea Witch doesn't know anything, we could start just interrogating some white stags, some Tri-Harbor thugs.
Well, from the sounds of it, best luck is probably going to be with the Tri-Harbor thugs.
Yes, they,
I think that's where I'd start.
Yeah.
Because I know that the Everunes are connected with the White Stags, not really the Tri-Harbor thugs, so if this is involving the Everunes, we should probably split between them and or we should investigate the connection between them and the Stags before anything
But
else
we've
happens.
already caught the Tri-Harbor thugs using this.
That is true.
Not only did they use it on Kenninver, but there was another person in that basement that they used it on.
Well, I guess we don't know that it was used on the other one. Was there? I was very out of it. I didn't.
There may have been a couple others down there.
Thank you ever so much for saving my people, Luna.
Whoa. I said I would come back. If I could.
How noble of you.
Thank you.
Regardless, I don't think we're going to find anything else here.
Let's head to the Sea Witch.
Oh,
Bless you.
thank you. And with that, you will head to the Sea Witch when we get back from our break.
Yeah, hey, break.
So we will be back here in about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to go take some more drugs, and
Nice.
we will continue.
Hey everybody, I'm Zephyr Scar. I hope you're enjoying this episode. I just wanted to say thank you for watching up to this point, and make sure to go follow me on my Twitch, and Zephyr Scar and all my other socials. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for your support.
Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the episode so far. I know we had a lot of fun making it. If you guys want to catch a little bit more of me, you want to check out my other content, you can find me at twitch.tv/bearwithus. And if you guys want to get in on this live, if you want to watch the story unfold live, you can do that every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Tales from Hylem Twitch channel. So hopefully we'll see you there. Hello? All right, there we go.
Oh
We're
God!
back. No, it was nothing too crazy. It was just my Stream Deck didn't go right away, so I was like, First
okay.
world problems. It's not a big deal. All right. So we are back. And you guys were on your way to Ilger's, correct?
Yulger.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'll just send Bianca with another note to tell Garrett that I'm still not ready to perform.
Yeah, sure.
That someone died on your porch today, so you need a day off.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, that was dark.
I mean, if,
I
if
mean,
Bianca
you're
doesn't
not
say it,
wrong.
Luna will, so.
True.
That's true. Especially since you probably will be going back for the cooking tonight, so
Maybe.
That just made me picture Bianca being like the biggest gossip queen ever. Like goes amongst the other birds. Oh my gosh, Kenninver today, just like.
There was
She
a
better
dead
not
body on her porch.
Mhm.
Someone like later on in the campaign cast Speak with Animals, and they're like, so I heard from this one dove, she has golden eyes, that
All the
not-
rumors trickled from this golden dove.
She better not be. I've had her since I was 5. She's seen all my shit.
Oh my gosh,
she
I
got,
love that
she
even
got
more.
all the tea.
Yes. I don't need that. Even among the animals. Not in a world where druids exist.
All right. So, making your way from Kenninver's house now towards the far end of the dock ward. Are you guys planning on walking the entire way? Did you guys want to try to grab a carriage? What was your... Because it is a decent jaunt. You're probably looking at a good hour walk.
I was
Not
hoping
an
Luna can kind of like just find a way to pick us up and fly us there.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, no,
Well-
That's cute.
no.
I'm fine either way.
Yeah, I got comfy shoes. I can walk. It's more what everyone else wants.
I'm not at half speed anymore.
Hey.
I mean, I can fly.
This is true.
Walking it is,
All right.
except for Luna.
So you guys make your way through the city. It is, especially once you reach the dock ward, it is very busy. A lot of people out and about. The quickest route to the Sea Hags residence would be along the docks as well, and so there are just people either heading to buildings, taking things out of warehouses, working on ships. It's very loud over here. Yeah, but nonetheless, about an hour-ish later, you guys do make it to the area in which Toki, the Sea Hag can be found. Now, Kenninver and Valandir, you have both heard stories about the Sea Hag. All of them growing in size as they get told within the tavern, but
They tend to.
apparently her wife a few decades ago was responsible for the mass infection that took across the city and claimed a lot of lives. And as penance for this, she was burned alive at the stake in a public execution. Her wife left behind, as there was no evidence to conclude that she was involved in any way, though some think it was almost as more of a punishment. Go ahead and both of you give me a history check if you would. Just a normal history check. I'm rooting for you, Valandir.
It's gonna be a nat one. Just watch.
Why would you
say
put that
that.
out there?
14.
16.
16. There were also rumors since then, especially in your line of work, Kenninver. This is probably something that you haven't heard, Valandir, but Kenninver, with what you do and some of your friends, it's rumored that one of the nobility at the time was doing this as a punishment for Ilger because she wouldn't have an affair with them. It was a rumor. There was nothing ever solid for it to stand on.
Okay.
But as you guys, but yeah, about her specifically, again, in the tavern, stories grow, how she's, some say that she's like disfigured, others say she only has one eye and she keeps it in a jar, and as you approach the house, the rumors seem to become more and more true. The house is very run down, not very well taken care of. There's grass growing over the top of the roof. The front yard looks like it hasn't been tended to in years and years and years. However, it does seem as though the walkway has seen recent traffic. Nonetheless, you guys...
What do people usually come here to ask her for? Is it just like...
So anytime something terrible happens, the guards question her. She's questioned, people within the town start throwing blame. A lot of people think that she places curses on random people. However, other people go to her for remedies, for things that the doctors within town say are unfixable. Supposedly you can pay her to place curses on people, but
So
as
this is
far
like
as,
an Ursula's type situation.
I don't know enough about that.
Like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in 20 years.
That's fair.
Very much your like witch in the woods, but not in the woods type character. You've pretty much everyone's been taught to fear her, but some go to her for help with things. So the reviews are very mixed, but overall, regardless, she seems like a fairly scary individual to work with. Nonetheless, you guys make your way up. I'm assuming knock on the door.
Yeah, and also on the way here, just because I'm gonna forget, I will ask Toki what his name is so that I don't have to just keep calling him that bird person.
The name Jeff.
Sorry, I had food in my mouth. You could call me Toki.
It's nice to meet you.
I don't even think he knows Luna's name.
It's the other bird.
No, you do.
You know her name. I don't know that she knows yours.
Okay, because I feel like the conversation happened was on a bat thing carried out another prisoner.
Yeah,
And then she
I
showed up
think
throughout
Dakar
trash,
name
and
dropped her.
I was like, that was it.
I think Dakar
Yeah.
name dropped her and said Luna.
you said there was a bat creature there. I was like, oh yeah, that's Luna.
Yeah, because you were
And
like,
then
I
Luna
told
walked
you
into
Luna
the
was
alleyway
there.
and like, that's Luna. And I was like, hi, Luna.
Well, yeah, what happened there was Valandir said something about it, and Takar goes, you still have a problem with her or something like that? And then Luna like walked out and was like, you talking shit?
I heard you were talking shit.
Yep.
I didn't say anything. I just looked at him and I was like, whatever.
I got a job to do.
I fucking left. I was like, I'm cooking a 5-star fucking Michelin course meal here. I need y'all
Yeah,
to
and
fuck
with
off.
your fucking 24 you rolled on your cooking tools check, it pretty much was.
Exactly.
But who is leading this endeavor? Who's going up to the door?
I imagine Toki would. Unless, like, anyone else strongly feels like they need to be the ones to, like, barge in first.
I would say Luna probably isn't intimidated by this person, but not necessarily. She's not talkative.
Oh, go for it, Toby.
I
We're
mean,
going
Toki
first.
had to lead the way here, so
Yeah.
Sure,
imagine he's out in front.
go for it.
Yeah, I imagine, like, just Toki is just not gonna assume leadership, but he's, like, used to working solo. So he might come off very, like, let's go, I'm doing this kind of thing.
One
Sure.
concern is that we're going here because we think she will be more talkative to people who aren't the guards. I don't know what you've been here before for, but if it was with the guards, she might not.
She knows what I do.
Okay.
And just knock on the door.
The door creaks open. No one on the other side. You hear a voice from somewhat distantly in the house. Come in.
Toki just steps in. Well, before he does, he like looks over at Valandir. Try not to punch anything.
I'll try my best.
I will follow.
Stepping into the house, it appears to be just the one room. There is a table in the far corner, a couple chairs around it, and a hunched over figure sitting in the furthest one in the corner at the table, currently sipping something out of a mug. Other than the table and the chairs in the house, there's a single portrait of two women holding hands, walking through what appears to be some sort of field of flowers in a meadow. Other than that, the house is empty, besides the dust. Close the door behind you, if you would.
I will move to do so.
Step in and close the door behind you. Is there something I can help you with? More questions?
It's not too much trouble.
I'm not going anywhere. You seem
I assume the guard
friendlier.
have been here already.
Yes. You seem much friendlier than them. You hear replied in your head, Toki. I don't have chairs for everyone, but please, have a seat. Make yourselves comfortable.
Toki
I'll go
looks
for the
over
chair.
at Luna. Do you still have those teapots or tea cups?
Cups.
I don't know, do I?
Unless the guards took them from us.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, you could have brought it with you. That's fine.
Cool. Okay.
I was wondering if you knew what this was.
Well, it appears to be a teacup.
Yes. I'm talking about the. You said green, right?
Yes.
The green liquid inside.
She kind of picks it up, sniffs it. Smells foul. I do not know its substance. Does it have a name?
We believe it's something that's being called the fear.
Suspect it might have the ingredient Lactarius rubrum in it, though.
I've heard of this, yes. I've not seen it before, though. Do you think I have something to do with this?
We're not accusing you of anything. We were just hopeful that we could get some information. That you
People
might know
only ask
something that could-
questions of me when I'm a suspect.
To be fair, do we look like the cops?
Fair enough. No, you do not. Well, he does. Points at Valandir.
I knew it.
It's okay. None of us really like him. Move on.
No, I can sense his intentions. He is honest. Good-hearted. Wants to make a change.
And you could just sense this in me?
I can sense all of your auras. You, an interesting creature, different from all the rest. Filled with happiness, longing for adventure, confusion of the more complex ways of life.
Assume that was at Luna.
Yes. The one who can't speak. The silent one, who makes much noise in the night. Delves into the darkness, bringing light. The one who is seen by everyone and known by none. Who's watched by all, but never understood.
Just sort of bites her lip and looks down at the floor.
And perhaps the most complex of all of you. With the simplest goal in mind. The one who longs for peace, but whose past is filled with violence. You aren't the guards. But believe me, if I had information of this substance, I would relay it to you.
You know
Can I do
anybody
an
that?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Can I
Do
do
it.
an insight check on that?
Sure? What are you trying to determine?
Just if she's telling the truth.
Okay.
Like if she's, being totally forthcoming with that last statement.
Oh, gotcha. Specifically about the substance.
Yeah, just like if I knew anything, I would tell
sure.
you, basically. 21.
21? Yeah, she doesn't seem to know anything about this. Other than she knows it by name. Good, Valandir, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna ask if they'd know where we should start to look for the curators of the said substance. Or is this information that we already know and I just overlooked it?
No, she didn't say. She picks up the teacup again, gestures like she's going to pour a little bit on the table, and may I?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Takes it, pours a little bit of the substance on the table, and you watch as it starts to pool and then immediately starts to separate, but not all running in one direction as though the table were tilted or off balance. Instead, running in different directions, tracing lines along the table. And as she places her hands down on the table, she just begins to speak as her eyes roll to the back of her head. Two beasts run foul within your streets, so lock your doors and stay beneath your sheets. What lurks in the dark fears coming to the light. If you bring to them a torch, they will put up a bloody fight. Silver is the price that's paid to spread and kill the fear. So save your coins, spend your weapons for the moments drawing near.
Well, thank you for the riddle.
Is-
Thank you. I was just about to ask you if you could post that.
I got you. She takes her hands off the table and her eyes roll back into place. I am but a vessel for what the voices tell me to say.
Well, your voices mentioned a beast. Do you know of any beast that would specifically target the heart?
Any beast looking for a quick kill?
Like, rip the heart out of the body. There was a body on my doorstep this morning that had this substance on its arm, and it was ripped in half, and the heart was missing.
Many things seek to consume the spirit of others, gain their essence, their power, sometimes their knowledge.
You can get all that from eating a heart?
If done correctly.
This might be a dumb question. But this riddle doesn't perhaps pertain to, like, lycanthropes, does it? Like, were creatures? Beasts?
What I was thinking too. I didn't know what
That's
to say in
exactly what I
character.
was thinking too.
Yeah.
I know not the meaning of what I say, only the words in which I speak.
Because group, collective, speaking to all of you here,
Mhm.
if we think about it and the riddle, it says, what lurks in the dark fears coming to the light, typically
Right.
lycanthropes, rare creatures, or just night creatures, or just secrets. It could also be interpreted as
That could
that don't want to come to the light. If you bring them a torch, they'll put up a bloody fight. So something that doesn't want to be brought to the light. So either nighttime creatures, secrets, whatever.
Or it could be something that's specifically weak to fire or light.
Exactly. which, you know, I don't know. Most monsters aren't really like those things.
Most things don't enjoy being set on fire.
Mhm. But silver is the price that's paid to spread and kill the fear. So if this is a drug that is being dispersed in the streets, obviously it's going to cost money and bring money to those that are selling it. However, in order to kill it, if it requires silver, like silver weapons. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just thoughts. Just potential interpretations.
it is also interesting that the locket that was on the body and the 2 teacups are both silver plated.
Mm. Do you, Yulgler, know anything about these sort of creatures possibly having rumored to exist in the city, in the dock areas?
Never heard of a werebeast in the city before, no? Doesn't mean it's impossible.
Toki, do you want to share what you know about the family connections to the liquid, the fear, the drug?
Oh, sorry. Am I actually still here?
Did you
Oh,
leave?
What?
Why would you, we're still with the witch? Why would you have left?
No, like my internet thing's acting up again.
Oh,
Yeah, we can still hear you and
and
still
Yeah.
see
you moving around.
Yeah, because like I just assumed like it was just the thing where like I could hear y'all because I can't load anything right now.
No,
Mhm.
we can hear you.
Sorry, I was like more focused on my internet issues here.
You know, that makes sense.
But yeah, no, we can. You're still on camera and everything.
Okay, that's what I was worried about because I use OBS for my camera.
Mm.
Heard that there have actually been a lot of problems with that, with OBS acting up lately.
All right. Oh, sorry. What did I miss? You asking me
I was
about?
asking if you wanted to tell the witch about what you know about the fear being connected to families in the city. I kept it intentionally vague.
Hold on. Yeah, Toki would share. Um, that they believe that there's one of the families has an alchemist that's making this drug. But I don't think he would like name drop them.
Fair enough.
Okay, it looks like my stuff's back and up and running.
Let's go.
Because like my D&D Beyond was not loading, and that's where all my character notes are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, now he'll name drop the family because I remember.
He just had to flip through his notepad really quick. He couldn't remember.
Pulls out a notebook and just starts furiously rifling through the pages.
It's here somewhere.
Ah, here you go. No, we believe that the Elven family has an alchemist who's developing the fear.
I know the name of the family, but know not what they are up to. I mostly keep to myself these days.
Can't blame you.
And you said the room's like cleared out, right? It's just like a painting and
The painting, the
Mhm.
table, and the two chairs. At least I assume she's sitting in a chair.
4 chairs. She's sitting in one that was 3 open.
Oh,
Sorry. I think I just said a couple chairs, but... Is there any further questions you have for me?
don't think so. at
yeah,
the
Toki kind
moment.
of looks at y'all first before he answers.
I don't believe so at the moment, but thank you.
Toki says, "Thank you. We're sorry to have come and bothered you."
Luna's gonna thank her for your time and give her 20 silver.
I don't know if that's enough.
She holds a hand up.
Expressly tells us to keep our silver. Luna.
Gives her silver.
Here, take my
Fine,
silver.
Fine, I'll give her 5 gold. How about that?
You're fine. I just thought it was funny.
She
There
just
you
holds
go.
up a hand. I have no need for your money. Thank you, though.
Fine.
Don't
I
take
wish
my money.
you luck. You will need it.
Sounds like it.
Right.
Takar, you feel a mental connection form between you and Ilger. And I need everyone else to deafen, if you would. I'll give
Oh,
you
gosh.
a thumbs up when you're good to come back. Takar, as this connection takes hold, you're given what feels more like a presentation of advice than it does just words. Instead of just the talking that you're used to with like Toki or other people you've communicated with in the past through this mean, there's pictures that go along with it. She starts off, not all in your group have released all that they know. Some hide secrets, some large, some small. And when she says this, you see a picture formulate in your mind of a blue flame flickering, but you can feel that it's not giving off heat, but it's giving off a chill. This path is essential to the one you wish to walk. Should you wish to see your people well, then step off this, you will not. And you see images fluttering through your mind of villages burning and barbarians screaming, smoke rising, people choking on the smoke, uniformed men charging through your villages. Should you wish to be successful, should you wish for this to all come to a pleasant end, then at the very top of this totem pole must sit your friend. And you see an image of Valandir first cutting down opponents, some looking like distorted monsters, others wearing chainmail and colors of Ursander, others wearing colors of other cities. Then you see him step over the fallen bodies, up a set of stairs, and sit down in a large throne. And the connection is severed.
Those are some good tunes.
We good?
All good.
Gibby has not caught the memo.
No,
Yeah.
it's all right. He'll get there eventually.
Yep.
Ah,
He's
there
just
he is.
really in character.
So yeah, what you guys see is Jakar turns to leave, and then his head immediately snaps back to look at the old lady. Like pupils dilated as if he's ready for a fight.
Everything all right?
No response.
The car. Do you want to tell us what this is about?
No response.
Hmm.
Okay.
Doesn't appear to be our business, does it? Luda's gonna leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Toki would have paid any mind. That just kept
Yeah.
walking.
Telepathic communication typically means fuck off, it's none of your business. So I'm gonna head out.
We'll be outside
And
when we're
that-
done.
Just blinks. Sorry, where were we?
We were leaving.
Yeah,
Unless
no,
you need
you-
to.
You good? You done here?
He just turns and leaves,
All right.
leaving.
Yeah, nice. Walk out, shut the door behind us.
Door creaks closed behind. You guys find yourself back outside.
Is it like getting close to noon at this point?
Yeah, I would say you've probably just exceeded that. It's about lunchtime.
Well, now what?
Well, do we need to sit and think on that little riddle that she gave us, or does anyone have any idea what that means?
I mean, with the
I
mention
don't know
of
about that riddle. But
What do you mean,
do
Tagar?
have another place we could probably start to look.
right?
All I got was more of an image and a feeling of a cold flame. Sound familiar to anyone?
Did you say a cold flag?
Flame.
Cold
Oh, I
flame.
heard flag. I was like,
Hmm?
do I need to know what flag?
No, I guess it doesn't ring a bell to me.
Me as a player, not right now.
A cold flame, you say? Yeah, there's the frozen flame tavern.
Maybe that's where we gotta go.
Sounds like a winner to me.
I think I know what we're supposed to do.
Care to enlighten us?
Not really, no. I'll just start walking there.
Luna's just gonna follow her.
Yep. Just gonna follow. I have no better ideas.
Though not as long of a walk as it was earlier this morning, it is still a decent little trek over to the Frozen Flame Tavern, which finds itself almost directly on the opposite side of the show ward as the Dimming Coals Tavern. Is there anything you guys would like to do along the way?
Kenninver is just very much trying to keep her nerves about her and just act like, act like she's not afraid about what's about to happen.
Make a persuasion, not a persuasion, a performance check.
Oh, fucking disadvantage. God damn it. 15. Would have been a 30.
Damn.
Takar, you can feel the fear resonating off of Kenninver. Kenninver.
Wait, since I know she's like, she shared this with me earlier, like secretly.
Mhm.
Would I perception this? Check this.
You
Maybe?
could make an insight if you wanted to.
See like how she's.
I think that
how
would
she-
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. 18.
Yeah. Not excited about this.
Kenninver.
Hmm?
Stop for a moment, please.
I stop and turn around confused. We're almost there.
Yeah, but you seem very scared.
I have no idea where you got that from.
You have an entire aura of fear around you right now.
I think Luna would butt in. This is actually. We're going to the place I saw Kenninver stolen from the other night. I think that's why she's a little nervous.
Do you mind if I help you?
with what?
Remove your fear.
I'm struggling to wrap my mind around how you were planning to do this.
Just a little trick I picked up. With a blessing or two.
Yes, be my guest.
Alright, Mr. DM.
So Takar takes his hand and like raises it in front of your face, his thumb just above your mouth, like hovering above your lips, and his index and his middle finger in front of your eyes. And do you need to roll something?
Me?
Because you have not lost anything, correct? So,
No, I haven't lost anything, so I mean I
Okay.
still have to roll damage. But
Excuse me?
don't worry about it.
so go ahead and roll.
4.
So you take 4 points of damage. And feel like, yes, you. And feel like a bit of like a pain in your head for a second. But then it's almost like you don't remember what fear is. Like you can't feel fear. Like you're not capable of being afraid.
Well, I have several questions, and I'll probably want that back eventually, but for now, thank you.
Don't mention it.
And you are full, Takar.
Just when we get in there, I'll just stay in the main section of the tavern, and there's someone I can talk to.
All right.
So, head in, go up to the barkeep, and just whisper that I need to see Raijin.
She looks up, nods, and turns, pulling the curtain to the side, allowing you into the back room.
Luna's gonna follow.
Luna, please.
No.
Flashback to 24 hours ago when you said you didn't want to be alone, and now you're stuck with her forever.
Yeah.
You and
I
Luna
open
make
this
your
can
way
of
through
worms, time to lie in it.
you and Luna make your way into the back room. Raijin's sitting there alone this time, but at his normal table. As you guys enter, you are back and you are alive. This is wonderful. I cannot begin to explain how concerned I was about you. So what'll it be
Yes.
today?
We have some questions. Because, specifically regarding this, well, I'll just show him the teacup with the liquid in it.
Oh, I see you already have some. I was going to offer you some, but do you have another
Quite
supplier?
all right, thank you. No,
Are you
we
seeing
just...
someone behind my back?
I think Luna would get really mad at this. She doesn't often get very emotional, but I think she would get very mad about this.
Seeing that, I'm going to put a hand on Luna's shoulder. It's all right. I'm just telepathically, it's all right. Please don't give him anything that he can hurt you with.
So, Luna is not going to be afraid of this man, but yes, please continue.
No, I woke up this morning and there was half of a corpse on my doorstep.
Oh my. Well, I suppose that's better than a full one. Or is it worse? I don't remember how the adage goes.
And they had some of this smeared on their arm. I was just curious if you would happen to know anything about that.
About this specific individual?
Or just
about
why
fear?
why they would have been torn in half and then crawled their way to a doorway.
Well, I can't begin to imagine how one might find themselves torn in half, but I would guess they were calling for help. perhaps trying to scream, but nothing coming out. Hopefully no one was there watching, unable to do anything. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Kenninver.
Uh, 12.
Kind of start scratching at your face a little bit, feeling just the cold sensation through your lips, and begin craving what you know he can give you.
I'm gonna telepathically message him. Let's cut the bullshit. I can't afford to have you get busted on this. There are several guards investigating this. Do you know anything that would be able to stop these murders from happening?
Out loud, he replies, "Well, I have several guards in my pocket. You think I could operate this way if I didn't? Besides, as we've already determined, I know you need me." However, you have always been a loyal customer, so perhaps I could give you a bit of information. Call it a paying it forward. I'm not the only one who deals in this. I just deal for the Tri-Harbor thugs, though, admittedly, they're not even supposed to have their hands on this. It's a white stag drug, and it's not supposed to be on the street.
See. So it's
Kind of stands up from the table and makes his way over to one of the counters. Well, any further questions? Starts mixing a couple liquids together in a small, like, shot glass, stirring it around with his finger.
If it shouldn't be on the street, then who's the leak?
Well, I'm sure I don't have that much information.
Then who's your supplier? In
Well-
the Tri-Harbor thugs.
If I tell you and then you do something about him, then I lose my supply.
If you don't tell me and I do something about you, then you lose your life.
My, that would complicate things for your friend here
no,
quite
please.
heavily.
Who said we're friends?
Apologies, I just assumed.
Call me more of a hired gun. No guns in this universe. Hold on.
Hired crossbow.
Hired
Muscle.
Arm.
Muscle, maybe?
hired muscle. There it is. That's like pause. Okay.
Well, if you're hired muscle, then I'm sure you've been told not to bother me. We're friends.
I have no friends.
Well, not you and me. Your hirer and me.
My fist is clenched and just trembling. At
He
this point.
offers the drink to you.
No, thank you. You've been helpful as always, dear. Let's try not to get me kidnapped next time I come by. If that's
Come
not too
now.
much to ask.
You're shaking. This will take the edge off.
I
Failed your Constitution saving throw.
I was shaking from anger. Is what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. But you also failed your Constitution saving throw.
I feel like Luna would grab it if she sees her go for it.
Make a sleight of hand.
After a sleight of hand?
Yep,
Heck yeah.
both of you.
Oh!
And you do have
Let's
disadvantage,
go, kids.
Kenninver.
Let's
Oh,
go,
I know.
baby. Beat me. I dare you. Sleight of hand's one of my specialties.
Even if I didn't have disadvantage, I don't think that's possible.
23.
Cool, I got a 13.
Mm-hmm.
So as you extend your hand, reaching out for it, Luna's hand shoots in front of yours and snags it from Raijin's hand.
And I'm gonna throw it in Raijin's face.
I will prestidigitation it off.
Well,
I don't like Raijin. He's already pissed me off. I can keep in mind I've met this man once before, and Luna very clearly now knows that he is a liar.
sure.
Like, so he does not have Kenninver's best interest at heart. He
Oh,
does
believe
not
me,
care
doing
about
anything
Yeah.
bad to this guy, you do not need to justify to me.
No, I'm just saying, like, for the audience's perspective, as a reminder, I have met this man
Sure.
once before. Like, I don't care. At this point, he is a liar, and Luna gives no fucks.
Kind of like starts to wipe it off, and you prestidigitation it off. Because we're friends, I'll let that go.
We're not friends.
Now you should leave.
Yes.
Kenninver, I'll
Let's
see
go.
you again soon.
No, she won't.
I am like trying to push Luna out the door at this point.
Oh, I doubt that.
Little does Kenninver know I'm gonna sneak back here and murder him tonight.
You guys make your way back out into the main part of the tavern, the Frozen Flame, meeting up with the rest of your party.
And Luna is steaming.
Does not take a very high passive insight to see that Luna is very upset right now.
Did we get any information?
Yes. This is specifically a white stag drug. The Tri-Harbor thugs are not supposed to have it. So I think we would be better off following them. Seems like the Tri-Harbor thugs are a bit of a dead end.
Well, not necessarily. If we know who's leaking it to the White Stags, they might also be leaking it to the
But
Tri-Harbor
no,
thugs.
No,
No. The White Stags get it from my understanding. The White Stags work with the family that makes this. Basically, they have connections.
No, Raijin just said.
No, what he said was that it's supposed to be just the White Stags. It's not supposed to be on the street. He's the one who's supplying it to the Tri-Harbor thugs.
Oh, I thought he was saying that even they shouldn't have it.
No, this is
Yeah,
a White
okay.
Stag specific thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. The Tri-Harbor
Misinterpretation.
thugs didn't have it.
It's also not supposed to be on the streets, so there is a leak that's.
That's what I was
sure
saying.
Everyone involved.
Okay, never mind.
I'm sure everyone involved wants it plugged, so.
And how would I think of how to phrase this without it coming off bad?
Say it with your chest.
As I do say best.
Did
how
your
about we-
informant give you a name or anything?
No.
how about we go somewhere else? We can go discuss this back at my place if you'd like.
Let's hope the dead body's gone.
They should have it cleaned up by now.
All right, so you guys are heading back to Kenninver's then?
I'm walking out of the frozen flame at least.
Okay.
I don't want to be here anymore.
So I will take that as a yes. We are heading back to Kenninver's house.
Are we? Would my shop be closer than Kenninver's house?
Yes, it would. Your shop is actually like only a few blocks away from here.
I have a place we could go that's closer. Start walking towards my little shoe shop.
All right. A short while later, maybe like 10 minutes, you guys arrive at a very humble-looking little cobbler shop. Walking in the door, a little bell jingles, and hi. Oh, he kind of nods. Did you need something?
We're gonna close up early today. Feel free to go home. Something urgent came up.
All right. Thanks. I hope everything's okay. All right. And he's like not questioning the fact that he's getting off work early, and he's just like starts closing everything down. Like
Feel that.
he's like got his like books and stuff. But you know he's doing a lot of studying right now. He wants to go to. He's trying to apply to get into the Misty Glass school of wizardry, and so he just like bundles up his books and he's just like sees all of you as he's on his way out and like kind of it's not worth it and just like runs off to go continue his studying.
I recognize any of the books.
Make a perception check.
One of these days I'll be able to roll one dice. Perception 14.
Sure. The top book is Illusory Images and Sounds by Needle Nose Illucessori.
Seeing that, I will call out to him. The information on page 46 is wrong. It's more of a flick than a swish.
Flick then a
Like,
got it. It just continues running down.
Feel free to make yourselves comfortable. He's gonna lock the door, like
Yep.
do the blinds and stuff, everything to like, so no one can see in at all.
I was also thinking, we didn't do this last time, but I thought it might actually make more sense for like your board to be in that back room in here than at
Yep,
your,
I was
than at your
thinking that
house.
too. I was
So,
just thinking
yeah,
that too. I was like, did I say it was there? I
I
didn't
think
remember.
we just, whether it was said or not that it was specifically at the house, let's just retcon it's here. That just makes more
Okay.
sense. So,
Yeah. All right, and he like I show him to the office, and just like flip a little like a whiteboard over like those old school like,
Yep.
And there's just
and
yeah,
my
go
little
ahead.
murder board with the red string everywhere with pictures of people, and it's just
Still waiting on that
Somebody's certainly
fan
been
art.
busy.
What was
like
that?
family last names like connected to different places, like the Everune last name connected to the White Stags, and the uh, the Embermain family with like a giant question mark next to it. Um, oh boy, what else would be on there?
The fear.
Elder Hearts and Tri Harbor Thugs.
You like walk up and just like connect a question mark from Everune to Fear to the now to the Tri Harbor Thugs.
Well, kind of.
All right then. Why don't we go over everything that we have so far? Try to make sense of all this.
So, points at his board. The Everune family has an alchemist that is making the fear and distributing it, and they're distributing it to the
White
White
Stag.
Stags.
White stacks, yes.
I was gonna say White Stallions. I was like, that's not right.
The
The White Stags.
It's close. They
And
have
the
4
White
legs.
Stags. They have 4 legs. The White Stags
hooves.
are basically the same creature at that point.
Just one of them decided that it wanted to wear trees on its head.
And the White Stags has a leak that's giving it to the Tri Harbor.
It's best we can assume.
For now, yes.
It's entirely possible that they're leaking it to somebody else, and somebody else is leaking it to the Tri Harbor, or they just have a very large supply.
We know the Tri-Harbor thugs are using what they have to kidnap people and seemed like sell them.
And I know that the Elder Hearts are working, and like points down again to like follows his little red string, are working with the Tri Harbor thugs. And I know they are taking like barbarian prisoners and illegally smuggling them out of the harbor to the south to be sold to the grassland orcs as slaves.
Which I might be wrong, but I think that's news to Carr and
Yeah.
Palantir. So I imagine Takar has a very what did you just say?
Yeah, he pretty much does. Kind of a, and he didn't think to say that earlier. I feel like that's rather important information for me.
Sorry, trying to tackle all this at once.
Also, I don't know that you've ever explicitly said you're from there.
In the meeting in the alley. Because Captain Morrison knew what their goal was. But I guess I don't know that Toki knew that that was your goal or where you were from, to be fair.
To be fair, it was a pretty like vague conversation of your
Yeah.
goals align, y'all can help each other out kind of thing.
Yeah.
My
I was
bad.
not there for that conversation either.
Yeah, my bad.
Because I think when I first explained everything, I was just more or less like that the Umarang, the Everones, and the Ebermain families are all connected to the White Stags, while the Lungston and the Elderheart families were connected to the Tri Harbor thugs. And then he's gonna write down the riddle and just kind of put it like in the center of the board for now.
Or did you see my message?
Go ahead and continue.
So y'all know everything that I know now.
Center of it all, we have a very strange riddle.
Let me rephrase that. It would be like next to like the question mark for like the fear, I would think, maybe.
We'll get a. We'll get one drawn up.
Yeah.
So you
then
know
we
where
can just-
everything's at.
Yeah.
Is that a Venn diagram? Is that what that would be?
Probably more like a, what's it called? Like a thought web.
Yeah.
I guess Venn diagram would work too, though.
Messy Venn diagram. But yes, we will. I think we're on the right track with the beasts of some kind, but
Be interested to know about those other murders today.
yes.
Captain Morrison does know about this place, so I'm sure he'll if he hasn't heard back from it. Did he tell us when we were supposed to meet back with him or anything?
No. He said that he kind of got you guys the investigation. It was above anything he knew, but he also just, from working with him in the past, Toki, you would know that like a lot of times things like this, they're more worried about keeping people from finding out about it than they are actually figuring out what's going on.
Yes.
In hopes that it'll go away. But in the past that hasn't always worked out. And so it's not the first time that he's put you onto something that he just didn't think anyone else would look into to try to get it stopped. He didn't say exactly, but he did mention that he could get you in to see the other bodies later tonight.
Well, I'm sure they'll write these off as suicides somehow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but those teacups are silver, yes?
Correct.
Yes, they're silver plated.
Okay.
As is the medallion they found, which I'm not sure you actually got told about, but they found a medallion that had a letter in it.
Oh.
I passed the letter around.
Well, yeah,
Well, what
but
the
he
fuck
wasn't.
does the letter say?
I don't think he was here. I think John was gone
Oh.
when the whole reading of the letter happened. Here, I can read it again real quick, and then I'll just put it in the Discord too.
You can just put it in the Discord. I'll read it.
Okay. Got you.
Thanks.
You know, I actually completely forgot about the letter too.
I had a thought. That guy we found didn't quite seem like
You should have
very
that
rich
medallion.
person.
No, that also crossed my mind.
Shouldn't really have silver-plated anything. So either he's trying to hide who he is, or perhaps silver plays a part in the fear. Maybe as some sort of catalyst, or perhaps the last ingredient.
I mean, maybe it makes the effects different somehow. Because I've been thinking, I assume we've all been assuming that the body we found was, CH, whoever they are. But maybe if it is something with werebeasts, then maybe the fear actually made them like lose control somehow. And then the one that we found was actually LV.
I mean, if we're gonna go on the subject of werebeast, does anybody remember the phase of the moon last night? It certainly cleared a lot of things up.
Do we?
Yeah,
With Luna now,
I
she's
can
kind
roll
of a
for
bat.
this.
I mean, yeah, you probably at least saw it while you were getting ready to go to sleep.
And you guys didn't hear anything at all last night?
I didn't.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
You didn't either, did you, Luna?
Mm-mm.
Because something like that wouldn't be.
Should make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Yes. When Rajan was saying all that stuff about someone standing by unable to help, was he just taunting me, or was he like actually trying to say something with that?
Make an insight check.
Also, oh,
Hard to tell.
Yeah. Figured.
also, Bear, I don't know if you heard, but would I have been able to remember phase of the moon last night?
The phase of the moon last
Because I
night.
slept outside.
Hold up. I have a calendar. Excuse me. Calendar.
I have a feeling this is not going to pertain to what we're doing, gamers.
Let's see.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about lycanthropes, you gotta ask the question.
Yeah.
Where's my... Has it been that long since I opened it?
I mean,
Here we go.
we have Galbadier's Guide to
Yep,
the...
that's what I'm talking about.
It's
Alright,
in the...
so... Currently... If I remember correctly, it is... I believe it's late summer.
I think that's what we said, yeah.
Hang on. I have it here somewhere. Okay. So it is... currently the 17th day of which would make the last night would have been okay, now I gotta remember my phases of the moon. What's the one is waxing getting bigger or is waning? Waxing's getting
Waxing
bigger,
is
right?
getting bigger. You're waxing
Okay.
on, you're growing.
So
It's wading away.
So the one right before a full moon, I don't waxing.
So it wasn't
Like
a full moon.
But it's growing towards a full moon?
Yes, but it's the big one, not waxing crescent. It's the waxing.
Waxing gibbous?
Gibbous, yeah.
I just say 3/4. Yeah, sounds good.
3/4 moon. But it's like more. It's like more than a 3/4 moon at this point.
7/8.
So, who here keeps a track of the stars? You know what, Luna, you do now.
Yeah.
'Cause we're already doing this, so
It tracks. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say it makes sense for Takar as well. So the full moon here typically happens on the
Wouldn't it be
20th.
tonight?
It happens on the 21st day of the month.
Oh.
And it is
17th.
Because the thing you have to remember is here the months are
35
35 days.
Oh.
So
Okay. So it wasn't a full moon.
it wasn't a full moon.
That's what we're getting to. Great.
Yeah. Glad we finally got there.
Sorry,
it's
I
not a
suppose
red.
I suppose
kidding.
if the question had been was it a full moon, I could have just said no. But
that wouldn't have been as fun.
Now we've got a star keeper.
Well, now we actually know when the full moon is. So there's that.
Got 4 days trying to figure this out before.
Possibly all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Great.
alright.
Oh, there's
But it
two
doesn't, like,
beasts.
That's assuming the riddle is speaking about where
yes, we
creatures.
are all still operating under the assumption that it is about lycanthropes, but
Yeah, the two beasts could theoretically be the Tri Harbor Thugs and the White Stags operating simultaneously, even if one unintentionally.
Into dark spheres coming to the light.
I mean, if that is truly the case, then there's not a whole lot we can do about that.
Put up a bloody fight. Silver is the price that's paid to spread and kill the fear.
I don't know if we're necessarily going to get anywhere on this tonight, unless we do more investigating either deeper in the White Stags or the Tri Harbor Thugs, or go investigate the other bodies from Captain Morrison.
Yes, I'm not
Can
sure.
we? Because we can postulate all we want, but
But there's no hard fact.
yeah.
And Kenninver, you said, did your source tell you anything else, or was that?
He did mention he's got guards in his pocket, so maybe we don't trust
Yes, but we already knew that.
everyone.
Oh, I've known.
You say
For a
as we
while.
meet in the back of a shoe shop.
Just saying.
The only guard I fully trust is Captain Morrison.
Same.
He does buy me meat.
Such lofty expectations.
It's I guess what time is it? Is it? Do we need to get Luna to the kitchen pretty soon?
Early afternoon at this point.
Well, we're not going to get anywhere staring at the board, so we go
Yes,
find Captain Morrison, look at the other bodies, or start beating the crap out of thugs.
I mean, people come through the tavern all the time. I could see if anyone's overheard something.
Looking around in that manner may not be safe. We'll put it that way. Well, it could be fruitful. It's also going to paint a very big target on you.
She was kidnapped 2 days ago. You don't think there's already a target on her?
I mean,
I mean,
do
to
we
be
have a
fair,
specific
he-
reason why she was kidnapped?
to be fair, he did say that I was not the one who was supposed to be kidnapped.
Either way, you got away and you know something now. Which does not put you in a nice light.
Fair enough.
Story of my life. No, I just meant like I could ask the waiters and if they'd overheard anything. Not ask around, just
I don't think it's a bad idea.
we talk about
If anyone's
shit.
gonna know about the dirtier work, no offense to your crew, the dirtier workings of the city, it's going to be people that are working in and around bars. Typically. So they might overhear conversations over drinks, over dinners, over performances.
During performances in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
In Rosalind's case specifically. Forgot what her name was for a little bit there.
Toki looks over at Takar and Valandir. You guys have it in with one of the families, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Maybe Arthur could assist us in this.
Oh.
Maybe he would know something or point us in the right direction. Help us take this drug off the streets. And
That's so noble of him.
well, Arthur hasn't failed us yet.
Oh, what family does he belong to again?
Ember
Ember
Mains.
Main.
Superman. I'm gonna just make my way to Arthur.
Okay, I guess we're splitting up then.
I'm gonna go to his estate and then request an audience and start there.
Well, if you guys want, we can meet back up. You can meet back up in my house in the morning. My neighbors are no strangers to people coming in and out.
Hey yo.
Not even gonna ask.
I have lots of sex.
Just the straight. Yeah, we have lots of sex.
Yeah, at my house, we fuck.
Yeah.
Perhaps I shouldn't have removed your fear.
How long is it going to last, by the way? I feel like that's a pretty important thing to have, a fear response.
Only
Wow.
occasionally. It seemed to help you in your endeavor, did it not?
It did, but there are some things that you should be afraid of.
But if you learn to stand up to it once, you won't be so scared the next time.
Or you throw a drink in its face.
Or you throw a drink in its face.
All right. So where's everybody heading to? I know Valandir's heading to talk to Arthur.
I think
Where's
Toki
everyone
would.
else going?
I think Toki would specifically invite Takar to go beat up some thugs in the meantime and try to get some answers.
You bet I am down for that.
Like just some interrogation.
I'm gonna break their legs.
I like them.
I think Luna and I are probably just gonna go back to my house and get ready for tonight's shift.
Okay.
I'm assuming Shiloh's still sick.
And yeah, and by the time you guys make it back to your place, the body's been cleaned up. There is still like some like the blood's been cleaned up to the best of their ability, but you can tell that it's going to be a little while before you get it all out.
What about with prestidigitation?
Yeah, actually, make it look nice.
Yep,
Magical Windex.
magical index.
Bleach.
Valandir.
Magical bleach.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, magical bleach.
Magical
Valandir.
octitide.
You arrive at the Embermain estate, and of course are recognized at this point. You make your way in, and one of the servants informs you that they will go and get Arthur, and they'll be back shortly. And gesture for you to wait in the study. A few moments later, the door opens. Nehus, I wasn't expecting a visit from you today. Is everything all right?
Well, it seems we've encountered a little bit of a problem, and I was hoping I can get your ear.
Of course. What seems to be the issue?
So, we've discovered this drug on the streets. We believe it's linked to the white stags, and we're trying to figure out how we can get, I don't know. Sorry, one sec. I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything that's going on.
Yeah,
The
you're
white
good.
stag. The white stag is the drug, or that's the
No,
White
no,
Stag
the
is the
White
thieves
Tribune.
guild that basically runs
Yeah.
this town.
Okay, and so they have a drug on the street called the Fear, and that we're trying to figure out how to get it off the streets. Correct? That's our motive right now.
Yes, accurate.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I tell that to Arthur.
I've heard very vaguely of this fear. I thought it was more of a myth than anything. I'm saddened to hear it's true. I don't know that there's much I can do about it.
Do you happen to know anyone that could get me an audience with the guild, so I can talk to?
With the White Stags.
Yeah, I need to talk to them. We need to end this.
You're
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I don't know that it works exactly like that, Valandir. I wish
I'm
I could
kind
be
of
more
familiar with how
help.
it works, and I would much appreciate your assistance in this.
I can't just get you into places. You're still new here.
You want to point me in the direction of where I should go to encounter said white stags?
I don't personally
You know where they hold up
would hang out. No, I don't have any sort of interactions with them.
Is there a family that's connected to the White Stags that could help me with this?
Best I have is rumors, but I wouldn't go in accusing them of being in league with the Thieves Guild.
What are these rumors?
Well, I've heard word that there's a couple families that are involved with them somewhat. The Olmerang family, for one. Heard rumor that the Everune family as well, but I've nothing to back up either of those claims.
Thank you for your assistance, Arthur. I'm gonna head out now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance.
No, you gave me everything I needed to know.
Please don't do anything foolish.
I guess we'll see what happens. I'll catch you later. And I just leave.
Okay.
Make my way out, almost hastily.
All right.
And yeah, I'm gonna go to the Olmerang estate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where
Oh,
I'm assuming I know where that's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this man's gonna get himself killed.
I hope you have your
That's where I'm
backup
heading.
character ready to go.
Yeah,
where I'm
me
heading.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you make your way to the front gate. State your business.
What? Remind me again. The head of the family of the Olmering.
I don't know that you know them.
Okay. I was hoping I could talk to someone that's in charge around here.
On what business?
I just have a few words to ask the head of the household.
Do you have a meeting?
I do not. I was hoping I could request an audience.
Two guards kind of look at each other. If you have a meeting,
Let's just say that they're going to want to hear what I have to say.
I can relay your message to them, see if they get back to you.
Element has something to do with their stolen goods. And the person that has reclaimed it twice now is here to request an audience.
Very well. He turns and whispers something to the guard on the other side of the gate, who then heads into the estate. Kind of a
And while they're doing that, I'm like kind of pacing back and forth.
And there's kind of an awkward silence as the two guards in the front of the gate are just kind of like standing there like, well, this is definitely something that doesn't happen every day. And eventually, a very well-dressed nobleman following the guard makes his way out to the gate. I'm sorry, can I help you?
Yeah, my name is Nehus. Who am I addressing?
My name is Silverman.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I was hoping I could speak with the person that's in charge of this household.
Well,
Who's in charge of this Olmering house?
That would be me at the moment.
Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I have an issue I was hoping I can talk with you about. See, I'm the person that helped reclaim the lost goods of yours, and I was hoping I can get a favor out of you. Nothing too large.
You said your name was?
Nehus.
I do believe that I've heard this. We haven't gotten around to contacting the people who were responsible for the reclaiming of the goods, but yes, come in.
Thank you.
Gate opens up. He was kind of talking to you like through the gate, but the gate opens and he turns and Please make yourself at home in the parlor room, and just want to double check that your name was on the list. I hope you don't mind. Sure you
Nope, nope.
understand.
No offense taken.
As you enter in through the big, like, swinging double doors, there is a very, like, large, wide, very tall parlor room here. And off to the side, there's several couches, a couple tables where you can sit. There's bottles of, like, fine wine sitting on the tables and some fruit, and he just gestures, please have a seat. I'll be back shortly.
I make my way over and grab a bottle of one of their wines
Okay.
and start pouring myself a mug or a chalice.
Mm-hmm.
And I make myself comfortable in their chair.
Yeah, sure. It's maybe 5-10 minute wait before Silverman returns. Yes, Nehus was indeed on there. I'm sorry we didn't get to you sooner, but we have other business that we're attending to. What can I do for you?
No offense taken. I know this is a surprise meeting, and I apologize for not having giving you forewarning that I would be here. I need to talk to you about something rather important, but shouldn't be too much of an inconvenience for you guys.
Very well.
So yeah, as I stated before, I had helped you guys retrieve your lost goods a couple of times now. I was wondering how do you know how exactly it was misplaced in the beginning?
Well, originally it was part of a ship that was lost at sea.
Exactly. So that came back to you guys on the harbor, correct?
Correct. Well, so I'm told.
And so, was it in your possession before or after? Was it in your possession before it was again stolen?
I believe it was transferring parties from the ship to us when it was stolen.
And DM, this the thugs that we took out there, the Tri Harbor thugs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any affiliation. I mean, they have an affiliation. Who was that again?
The affiliation that you know about from Toki would be the Elder Hearts and
the Elder Hearts.
the Lungstons.
Okay. So these goods were stolen by the Tri Harbor thugs, who, as you probably know, have affiliation with the what Elder Hearts? Is that what we said?
Yes.
Yeah, who have an association with Elder Hearts.
That's quite the claim.
It's pretty known to me now. I
And how
thought
did
you might. I
come by
feel
this
like you
information?
should have known this. Anyways, I'm not here to point too many fingers. However, I was hoping that I can get your assistance in maybe getting an audience with the Elder Hearts.
The Elder Hearts, I have no connections with them beyond formal. Is there any particular reason?
Is there a way you can contact the Elder Hearts and have them arrange a meeting?
Would be more likely to be a success if I had a reason as to why you would be meeting.
Yeah, I have something very valuable of theirs that I think they would like to have.
Any sort of name for this valuable?
Information.
Interesting to the Elder Hearts, who are a known rival to this family, and you wish for us to set up a meeting between you and them so you can give them information.
About right.
I must say this is a most strange request. I've never
It is
had
a strange
someone
request.
ask to get a meeting set up so they can give information.
Well, I'm feeling kind of strange these days. I'm a little estranged. Anywho, I was hoping that we could exchange favors.
Well, we do owe you for recovering the goods. The best I can do is I can speak with them, but there's no guarantee as there's already bad blood between the families.
While I have you here, can you give me any information on the White Stags?
I'm sorry, the who?
I feel like you are familiar with who I'm talking about, the White Stags.
I'm quite certain that I'm not.
So you've not heard of the notorious thieves guild in your city?
Can't say that it rings a bell, no. I try to avoid thieves as much as possible.
It's just, it seems a little strange to me that a family of your prowess would have something like that go unchecked in your city.
Well, we aren't the guardsmen. That seems more like their duty, does it not?
Fair enough. I grab that bottle of wine and I pour myself another chalice. See, I was thinking this is a little strange. How and why have you guys not attempted to reclaim your stolen treasure from the Tri Harbor thugs? Seems like a lot to let go.
Well, we tend to leave these sorts of deals to the guard. It is their job, no?
It's funny, because the guards didn't seem to know about this.
We simply hadn't reported that they'd gone missing a second time. I hadn't gone around to it yet. We didn't even know. We knew shortly before you'd already recovered them. Go ahead and give me an insight check, Valandir.
14.
This man's not being very truthful with you.
That's what I'm picking up. Still, it seems as if something of that importance, your said treasure, would have had at least a personal escort from the docks, would have a little bit more appreciation to you guys knowing that you have it and it's back in your possession. Yet you didn't know about it when it reached the docks, and nothing was done to reclaim it.
Is there something that you're insinuating here?
No, not at all. And I grab my glass of wine and I take a nice little sip, staring at him. Gently, nothing at all. I should make my leave. If you can potentially arrange that meeting for me, that would be quite awesome. You can let them know that I'll be at the blank tavern. What was it called again?
The Dimming Coals.
I'll be at the Dim and Coals Tavern. If you would please arrange that meeting, and I hope to see them there. Also, I should probably let you know that those goods of yours, hopefully, in your possession, correct?
As far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll make my leave then.
Safe travels.
Thank you for your audience. Pardon me for my behavior. It's just been a strange day.
You can tell by his demeanor and everything. You have, with your insight check, you have struck a chord.
Yep.
You
Good. That's what I was
are
going for.
you are on to something, and he does not appreciate it.
Yep, that's kind of what I was attempting to do. Kind of poke the beast a little bit.
As you leave the manor of the Everrunes, and as Luna and Kenninver prepare to head to work for the night, and Takar and Toki prepare to head to a whole different kind of work for the night, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the session.
Oh my god.
Wait.
That was
See-
that was pretty baller.
You are
Valdir.
about to be assassinated in your sleep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Stop trying to die.
Jesus!
Just poking.
I need you alive. Stop
little poke.
trying to die.
It's a little poke.
This
That
is
was not a
that.
little poke.
Little is not what I would describe
That-
what you
that was
just
not
did.
a
That
little
was
poke.
not a
TikTok
little
audio where it's like
When-
the
You
circle of
effectively
life.
walked up to somebody you had no business talking to, demanded they do stuff for you, and then walked out.
No, and I also insulted their integrity.
and
Yes!
low
Yep.
key accused them of
Being criminals.
well, not even like he
Well,
high
criminal
key did
behavior.
that, but low key accused them of pretending to have their own goods stolen.
Holy shit.
Not a little poke.
Which
While
by the
drinking their
way,
wine.
by the way, when did you figure that out?
What, that they are like what's it called when you're dealing your own stuff under the table?
Embezzlement?
And no, well, yeah, I guess.
Oh gosh.
No, fencing. They're fencing their own stuff.
Oh, Gibby disappeared. He pulled a magic trick.
Oh, what the fuck? Give me.
I don't know. It just
I
sounded
thought
like
you were
a really
playing
cool...
a fighter.
Yeah,
sounded
you're
like
not
a
a magic
really-
user anymore.
I didn't think I had alluded to it that much, and then you were just like, "Oh, by the way, I know you're doing this," and I was like, "Oh."
It just seemed like a really cool plot point, and I would have done the same thing.
I had no idea. I thought he was pulling that out of his ass.
I
thought
okay,
so too.
To be honest with you, since the beginning, like
I was. No, I'm just kidding.
no, yeah. When it was re-stolen, we found out that Ulmarine goods were
Mhm.
stolen again. I'm like, okay, there's something up there. Like,
Damn,
and
good detective
like,
work.
I don't know who could potentially benefit from having their stuff stolen or misplaced twice.
But yeah,
you know, probably-
whether it was a guess or not, with your insight check, like you know that you struck, like your dart hit the board.
Yeah.
I am shocked considering the fact that this man can't even remember the family names or the name of the fear.
And
He's
yet
not
he's-
altering with
Yeah.
the name of the fear. Like what?
Well, Zephyr Scar may be a dumbass, but Valandir's onto some stuff.
Clearly.
Valandir has a fucking death wish.
I
He's
think
just,
I think Valandir is just seeking justice impatiently.
In a
Yeah,
very
I'm
naive
kind of
way.
impatient.
Fair enough.
Yeah, with
I
a little
mean-
bit of
I have my plans. I just
Naivety
haven't
in
said
there.
anything yet. I have an idea what I'm gonna do.
That was, no, I'm not gonna lie. That was very.
I kept you on your seat, like edge of your seat. didn't I?
put your sunglasses on, stick a blunt in your mouth, and walk out. Like,
Yeah, and then I should have slapped some person's ass on the way out too.
yeah,
Damn,
it's something, dude, because that was. Damn,
looking good.
good shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I also wanted to challenge you a little bit, Bear,
Oh,
because
bring it on. That was nothing.
you were. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure you weren't expecting it, and
That was nothing. I didn't expect you to get them, like when you started insinuating that they were like fencing their own goods, their own stolen. I was like, damn, I did not think that he knew about that. But that was the only thing that I was really like surprised me. I mean,
Mhm.
the whole thing of you like just going to the Ulmarines, also I wasn't like readily prepared for it. But I got notes.
You gotta sling those balls over your shoulder? Like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's kind of hard walking around with these giant balls.
All right.
No.
Well, that does it for another session, everybody. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out, and watching. Like I said at the beginning, this will be live. Not live, I'm sorry. This will be up on YouTube Friday, as always. I'll try to get some content posted to the TikTok this week as well. Some clips and stuff from the session. Sorry once more for my cold. Hopefully the stream was still enjoyable for everyone. So, but
sure.
with
Yeah.
with that being said, oh, also don't forget that when we hit affiliate, we're gonna do a fun little stream where we get on here, it'll be like an hour, maybe a little bit longer. I'll be here. Hopefully, some of the players can be here as well. We'll just have to see how scheduling works out. But we're just going to sit here, and chat is going to help us make an NPC that will be reoccurring throughout the campaign. So, you guys get to add your own little touch to the campaign. But other than that, guys, I think that's going to do it. So, I still don't really have an outro yet, but, I hope you guys have a night. We'll work on an outro, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
That concludes this episode of Tales from Hylem.
There you go. And that concludes this episode of Tales from Hylem.